Hey, beautiful people. Good evening, Obodo fam. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome back to our channel. I hope you are good. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I realize this is not a very sensational story. It's not the sort of things that we want to engage with, but still very, very important that we talk about these things. Very, very important. Good evening, everyone. Gigi, you're welcome. For life, Esther, welcome. West, how are you? The Ying, you're welcome. Roots, Mercy, I salute each and every one of you. Welcome back. Tonight's episode of Obodo Oyibo TV show. We are live, and today is the 20th of January 2021. You see how people always say that January is a slow month? I don't know for you guys, but for me, I feel like this month has really gone quickly. I can't believe that we are already on 20th of January. It seems like the month has just gone so quickly. How many of you feel that way? Is it just me? I feel like the month has gone so quick. We're already almost at the end of the month. Moneylola, how are you, sweetie? Are you okay? I hope you are getting better. I hope you've recovered, Bele. Yeah, you're welcome, everyone. So tonight, we want to talk about a topic that a lot of people don't like to talk about. People don't like to engage in this sort of conversations from our community because it's not sensational. It's not glamorous, okay? But surely, as we are born, we will get old. And it is only a foolish person that would think because something, I don't talk about it because I don't plan for it or don't prepare for it, it is not going to happen. It will happen. It will happen. You feel like January is moving quick back. Okay, Barry, I can't even remember. Did you request for this topic? Oh, you did. Oh, sorry, my darling. You see, God works in a very mysterious way. I didn't even remember that you requested for it. And here we are out of the blue today. I wasn't even meant to do a live show today. I was saying to someone yesterday that I don't think I'll do it today, but you know what? Here we are. So I'm glad you are here, Barry. And you know what? I don't even want to have this conversation alone. So I'm just going to share my link right away. Let people, as many people that want to contribute, I want us to have like a conversation. Let's have like a meeting, a Teams meeting or Zoom meeting. So Barry, come into the studio, and anybody that wants to contribute, let's just have a conversation because it's not going to be a one-way thing. I want everybody to talk. So my link is in the comment section, and let's have as many people that can comment. I can only take 10 people at once. I mean, that's 9 people, including me. So, yeah, welcome. Those who are joining us for this first time, you're welcome. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. I want to believe that everyone that is here is subscribed, but there are still a few people who are watching on television that haven't subscribed yet. So, join our family and subscribe, okay? Join us. It's the red button on YouTube. Just subscribe and hit on the like button, and then you are notified whenever we are live. This is a very, very important topic. We are doing adulting. Adulting is what we are doing today. Adulting. So that, we'll talk about this very, very, very important things that we need to know. Very, very important. How many of you believe that we need to talk about retirement? I was asking the question if people actually sit down to think about these things. Give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, thank you very much, Barry Space. Yeah, the Ying is in the studio already. Good, 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 good. Barry, come into the studio. As many people that want to have a conversation, we want to have like a Zoom meeting. This is not one person talking tonight. So as you are coming in, I will just be adding you. Hello, the Ying. For you to come into the studio, it means it is important.
Yes, because on TV, it's actually something I've been going through, and the fact that you're doing the show is so surprising. It's like a confirmation because I've just been thinking about this whole situation because I'm basically in it, and I've been thinking like, why hasn't our community actually spoken on this situation? Why haven't we actually spoken about it? I don't know if it's the taboo around talking about death and like planning arrangements for your death while you're still alive. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so I'll just
yeah.
talk on my situation.
You are really, really young. So I want to believe that you're not talking for yourself, right? You
No,
sound
no, no,
really,
no,
really
no.
young.
I'm talking for myself.
You're talking for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
you sound
something
like
I'm in now.
you're in it yourself.
Yes.
Okay, Ade Shores is in the studio. Okay, the Ying, let me just add as many people as possible. Please come into the studio if you want to join the conversation. We're going to have a general conversation tonight because this topic, I'm glad that people are interested in it because I feel like I think I'm having a middle-age spell. I don't know. I think I'm having a middle age. I don't know. I don't know, but these things are things that we need to contemplate on whether we like it or not. Old age is going to come. Adulting involves preparation and planning. So, the Ying, what aspect of it is it? Retirement that you're
No, no,
dealing with?
no. So
You're looking after
I'm
parents?
the so from in the aspect in the dynamic, I'm the child being used as a
Right.
retirement plan.
Retirement
Of course, I'm
plan.
not thinking about retirement,
I know
but
because you sound
I'm
you sound really young. Yeah.
so I'm the one being used. So just to make it short, my student, in the UK, we've got student finance. In America, it would be a student college loan.
Yeah.
So my mother has insisted to use my student loan as a capital to build houses back home so that she can fund her retirement. And it's been a battle, and she's gaslighted me. Um,
She wants to use your student loan to build
yeah,
house in Nigeria.
yeah.
Okay, so how would you go to school then?
I don't know, and it's gone so bad to the point where I've actually had to leave the university I've been working hard for since I was like 14 to come down to London to fund the whole retirement thing. And I came on a show before when we were speaking about parents and stuff, and I told you that my mother was the type of person who always
Looked
gave
after her
money away to
brothers.
people,
Yes,
to
yes, I
back home,
remember.
and at the end of the day she had nothing to show for. So as a result, I'm the one feeling the brunt because she wants something to show for, and the immediate money is unfortunately my student finance. So that's that's one way
Okay,
it's
let me
it's
ask you
manifested.
this. Let me ask you the Ying. Right. So your mom, is she retired now? Or is
No,
she
she we spoke recently, and she revealed that she wanted to leave and go back home within like 3 years.
right? So she's planning to retire and go back
Yes,
home. To is she Nigerian?
yes.
Okay. And so I'm trying to get to the point how this issue of using your student loan to fund the retirement plan or a retirement house came about. Because
Um,
how did you get to that discussion? What led to it?
so she went to school herself. She got her degree herself, and she was told by other people that you could use those WhatsApp evangelists that like to broadcast nonsense. So she heard that she could use her student finance to fund her building houses back home, and she saw other people building houses, but they had told her it was from the student finance, but God knows where they got that money because student finance is not a lot of money to build a house,
Yeah.
let alone a shack.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
she told me at first that I should contribute some money, and I was like, okay, because I'm getting older now, I don't mind contributing money to, bills or whatever. But then she started to break down to me um what exactly she wanted to use it for. And the circumstances around it was that my grandmother was ill as well. So how she presented it was, I'm going to build this house and I'm going to move grandma in. And that way she can get better, blah blah blah. So like emotionally manipulating and abusing, you know, the power that she had, because really that's not what ended up happening. The house was never built, and my grandma had passed, and she's still saying to me now that she needs money from my student finance. In fact, everything to build this house. And you know how it is when you build a house back home, especially if you're not there, it just takes ages. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So, I see you all in the studio. The Ying, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I can tell that this is causing a lot of strain for you. At the
Yes.
moment, it's probably causing a lot of problems between you and your mom.
Yes.
So yeah, I understand your frustrations, and I'm sorry that you are going through this.
I just want to like urge the community, like we, I, especially my aunties and uncles, say we have to actually talk about it, because it's a lot of things that happen, and it's very damaging and limiting to what's it, your children, when you decide to use us as a pawn to or a vessel to you know um set out your retirement plan. Yes, children are a blessing, and we will bless you when we're stabilized and everything, but not when we're not stable and we're in the middle of, coming up. If you understand what I mean. I know I'm all over the place, but
It's okay. Yeah, it's
it's a
fine.
very emotional thing for me.
I know. I can tell. It's fine. I'm
But thank you,
sorry.
Auntie B, for allowing me to be on this platform. I love your show.
Thank you, my darling. I
Bye.
see you on the comment section all the time. Stay there. Don't go. Just stay there. We still have, we're just starting, and I'm glad that you brought this really personal, angle to the story, because this is not happening to someone else. It's actually happening to you, and you are a young person. So the yin, don't go away, don't run off. Stay there, come back. We have to talk about this. Because incidentally, before we started the show, when I posted the thing on my Instagram stories, a friend of mine in Nigeria sent me a DM and said, Bridget, what are you talking about? How can people use their children as retirement plan? And I was like, yes, Chama, yeah, they do. You'll be shocked that people do think that their children are their retirement plans. Okay, we come from Africa, right? And I mean, as far back as I know, growing up, you know, the environment I will grow up with and the way the systems work over there is not structured in a way that you have pension. It's only those who work for government that have pension plans. And even the pensions, for all I can remember, they usually owe people a lot. All the government workers, they were suffering. They never pay them. I mean, if you want to look at the most corrupt system in Nigeria, go and look at the pension. Whether it's the state pension, federal, police, army, all of them, they don't pay them. They owe them. I mean, those pension guys just use the money to do whatever they like. So it's a mess. So for those who are artisans, business people, and just people who work for themselves, self-employed people, I didn't grow up to know anything about retirement plan. Okay, so people just used to invest when they are working, they invest their money. Those the smart ones will build houses or buy land, so they have like properties. They will allow people to they will put out for people to rent, and then they train their children as well, so that when they retire, they earn some money from their investment, and also the children are expected to support their parents by sending their parents money. Actually, some parents demand it. Okay, they demand that you send them money. Okay, it's good to look after your parents. But my take on this whole thing is that us, we live in the diaspora now. Majority of us live in the diaspora, and even if you live in Africa, this is 2022. life has evolved, okay? Things are not the way they used to be. So are we still thinking along that line, according to what the Ying just said now, that children will be our retirement, or are people actively thinking about their retirement? Okay? Are people sitting down to make plans? Or are we as Africans? Hmm? Somebody say capital no. No is a complete sentence. Yeah? All right. Ah, so we as Africans, we are not used to planning certain things. For instance, planning for retirement, planning for burial. That is almost unheard of for someone to be planning their burial where they are alive. When they are alive, people consider it as a taboo. Having wills, and we discuss about the issue of will here. A lot of people don't believe in having wills. I had to educate someone in my church the other day because they thought that if you have a will, it means that you are going to die. Okay, education is very, very important. Some people don't understand. And I made that my brother, my Christian brother, to understand that it doesn't mean that you are going to die. It just means that in the case of any eventuality, okay, because we African, we are so scared of death. But the funny thing is that everybody ló máa kú, whether you like it or not. And it doesn't even write letter to you pé, I'm coming, ọ̀gbẹ́ni, put your house in order, I'm coming. So it's only, when you are a wise person, you need to put your house in order, especially if you've got anything that is worth inheriting. Okay, i.e., land, houses, money in the bank, assets, investments, stocks, bonds, name it, cryptocurrency, just name it, anything that is of value that somebody can inherit. I had to make that my Christian brother understand that. It means that you are protecting your children from all these uncles that will come and say, this belongs to me. Yeah, I'm the Olori Ebi of this family, so it's me that will take whatever your father had. You need to protect your children. We had a conversation, and I think he got it right. So are we still depending on, God will take care of me when I'm old? When I'm old, I took care of my parents. I know I took care of my parents, so my children must take care of me. Is that the plan? Or are we saying, he is the great provider? Yeah, God is our provider. He always provides for our needs. But he is also giving us what they call okpolo. And that okpolo, aka brain, is for us to think and to plan, okay? For us to figure out what's going to happen in the next 10 years. I'm going to be 50 this year, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. As much as I'm excited about it, I'm looking forward to my 50th birthday, but I'm also thinking, okay, 50 to 60, what's going to happen? After that, will I still be able to work? What am I going to do? All these things are coming to my mind because, see, it's not one day you get to that age. You need to plan ahead. Okay? That's why you see, in my line of work, if I tell you what I've seen, you guys will not believe it. A lot of Africans helpless at old age here, helpless and hopeless. I say hopeless because now they live here, they are old now, they can't walk. At that age, all sorts of illnesses, is beginning to set in, and they are depending on the government, they are depending on this, depending on that, and it is too late then. This is the time to plan now. You need to plan now. You don't build a house one day. You take the cost first. Foundation. How much is the foundation? Land. Okay, first of all, land. How much is the land? How much is the foundation? You pay the architect to design the plan or whatever. It is step by step. So difficult conversation, but we're going to have it. So are people still thinking that their kids are going to be their lifetime investment for their retirement? God will take care of me, or are we relying on state pensions? So in the UK here, let me break it down briefly. Ade Shows, I see you. In the UK here, they have what they call state pensions, which everybody is entitled to. Okay, it's not a lot. Let me just tell you guys. Okay, it's not a lot. Whether you work or you don't work, you get. But people who work and contribute more will definitely get more. But even if you didn't work, that you've been on, let's say you've been on benefit all your life. Oh my, yeah, look at me that said I won't do live today. You see this, your auntie, ba? May God help me. Look at me here now. You will still get something, but it might not be enough. So some people will have what they call private pension. Okay, people who have private pension, they have different kinds of pension schemes. We're not going to go into that. Okay. And in the US, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody mentioned on this platform once that there's something they call is it 401, is it 41K or 40K? I don't know what you call it. I think it's got something to do with pension or retirement or something like that. Am I right? You guys remind me, what do you call it? Is it 41K or 401K? What do you call it over there? So we have a young woman here now who is telling us her mom, àǹtí kò falẹ̀ ifá tí ń ṣe 401K. Thank you, Jumi. Her mom wants her to use her student finance. Okay, this is student finance, is the money that the government, a government agency that is called student finance, will pay you to pay your fees and a little money for maintenance. It's not much. Okay. First of all, that money cannot buy house. It cannot build house in Nigeria, except you are using the school fees. And you cannot use the school fees because the school fees is paid directly to the school. So if you're in university here, the student finance will pay the school fees directly to the university, and then will give you a little stipend, for maybe maintenance. They call it maintenance or whatever they call it now. I don't know what they call it again, but they used to call it maintenance. Thank you. So you call it IRA or 40K, 401K. Thank you. So the conversation is, are we waiting on our kids? Are we making plans? Are we waiting on state pension? Or God forbid, we are going to be those adults who allow life to just happen to them without thinking about what's going to happen in 10 years. Look, if you are 40 this year, in 10 years, you'll be 50. And it comes very quickly. I'm telling you. I was only 30 the other day. Look at me now. And if you are 60 already now, you are looking at 70 very, very closely. If God spares our life, aging, and aging in the diaspora, my people, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. May God give us good health. Right. So, what are the plans that people are making? Are we just going to allow this, old age to happen to us without any plan? Especially people who are planning to relocate back home to Africa. A lot of people plan to relocate back home. Okay. So they build a retirement home in Nigeria. Is that enough for you to build a retirement home? And you say you are good. If you have a home in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, is that your retirement plan? If you go back home and you live in that house, what are you gonna do for money? How are you gonna survive if you have emergencies? Maybe you have, nothing is free back home. You have, what's it called? You have your hospital bills, you have NEPA bill, you have electricity that you might need to fund privately by buying generator or inverter or whatever. There's a long list of things you need to do, whether you are old or not. Are people making plans? This is the sort of conversation I want to hear tonight. We're adults. Let's do adulting tonight. Ade shows you're welcome. Please unmute yourself. Let's hear what you gotta say.
Good evening, Auntie B.
Good evening, my darling. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from the United Kingdom.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I've been listening to your show. I've never had to call in, but this is a very interesting topic that I'm very glad that you actually brought this up. Okay, so
Okay.
I came to this country when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I landed into this country, my dad told me, you need to save your money for uni. If you don't save your money, he's not going to give you a penny.
Right.
So started working, and for the first 3 years, he was taking the income. Then when it was time to go to uni, it was time my dad said, oh, you need to move out of the house for reasons known to him, which was when he remarried and his wife was going to come into the country. So I
Right.
wasn't living at home before I went to uni. Went to uni without a support from my dad, not a penny throughout the time, my lifetime of uni. Not just me and my siblings.
Right.
So my dad is now retired, took an early retirement. My dad was comfortable here. He worked here, had two properties. When he decided that he was going to retire, my dad sold the houses. He was already building a house in Nigeria, so he was comfortable. It was fine. We didn't complain. That's fine. But the question you just asked about retirement is that a lot of parents are so dependent on their children. I've got two children myself, and I'm only in my early 40s. And I will never depend on my kids for my retirement. So as much as some parents already have maybe something planned because he has a property in Nigeria that is living in, a property that is already rented, and he's already sold his two properties. It's very comfortable. They still want their children to feed them. My dad collects private pension. He's now collecting government pension. My father worked for TFL. But they still want us to feed them, not knowing that, okay, I'm thinking about, okay, I've got kids now. I've got two children. I need to feed my kids. I do things for my father as a father. Like, I do things for my father. I give him, when he was living here, when I visit him with my family, I'll buy things, I'll give him money. When he comes to visit me, I'll do the same. But the fact is that they're always expectant, in the sense that they
Yeah.
don't care what you're going through.
Yeah.
They don't even bother to ask you, how are you coping within either your relationship or even as a single parent. I'm not as a single parent, I mean as a single person when I was single and in uni. But when it comes to retirement, they want to reap where they haven't sown.
Yeah.
So as much as they brought me up, so all we hear is, oh, I brought you to London. I brought you to London. So
Hmm.
freaking what? You would have brought me to London anyway. What can I do if you don't bring me to London? Maybe I would have done, I don't know what I would have done, because I was quite lucky, because it was a couple of months before I was 18, he brought me. So maybe I would say I'm lucky that I was able to get here before I was 18, or if not, he wouldn't have been able to bring me. But the fact is that sometimes some parents have a retirement plan, is collecting government pension, private
Hmm.
pension, but still expectant from his kids and upset that they are not doing. But what
Yeah.
if it fails to forget is that it's only to the people you can receive from, is people you have given. So you have to sow a seed to receive the seed. If you
Yeah.
haven't sown a seed, how can you receive it? So as much as I'm a kind of person that, okay, I don't mind. I'm always thinking about my Christian background. And my husband always say, you have to, my husband is of a school of thought that, oh, you need to help your dad. So we're always doing things. And this has created enmity between me and my siblings, because what would then my dad do? Oh, look, your sister gave me this money. Tell my siblings. And they will be upset because obviously they can't afford to give him that. But I wouldn't know he would have done that to them. So we had years of not talking as a
Hmm.
sibling because
Hmm.
of the enmity it's creating.
Hmm.
And this is someone that can afford, that has the money, the capacity to look after himself. He's not feeding any of us. Since we've all left the house, my dad has never had to feed us. He hasn't had to pay a bill. Luckily enough, we were able to all go to uni, finish uni, get good jobs, buy property. But it's never asked you, how can you cope?
Hmm.
We've had to save money by ourselves with our job to buy property within the United Kingdom. But my dad still expect from us, knowing that we work so hard, we've got children, we are also building a family as well.
Yeah. So
So
this
this,
expectation that you're talking about, is it like monthly that you expect you to gift him
so
money,
and
or
he
what?
never
What?
really, he didn't say it in words, but what he does is that he will report us to his friends, to people that his children are not doing things for him. And a lot of time, like one day my brother has told him that you should be lucky. We have never stressed you as a father. You've never come to the police station to bail us because we've put ourselves in trouble. We're good children, we listen, but we're trying to cope with the way of life in the United Kingdom, that you have to pay bills, you have to
Mm-hmm.
do things,
Mm-hmm.
And even one of my siblings who is really doing well, my dad always get angry. Oh, he's never done anything for me. He's never done, but you haven't sown a seed. This is a child you sent out of the house since he was 16. He fed for
Hmm.
himself since he was 16. Now that he's doing so well, you now want to reap from it.
If
How
I
does
may
that make
ask,
sense?
are they sure? Where was your mom when he was sending you out at that age?
Sadly, our mom died when we were young. So my mom
Oh,
died in the United
okay.
Kingdom. She came to join my dad. She sadly died. She was a nurse in Nigeria, came to join him while she was doing her adaptation. She sadly died, but three of us was in Nigeria, one of us was here. So he had to bring us.
Hmm.
So he brought us one at a time. Me and my sister came last. But we were
Hmm.
working so hard. By the time we finished
Hmm.
working, thinking that all the money we've saved up, he will give it to us when we are going to uni. He said that, oh, you don't have any money. This is the expectation parents have from us, but you gave birth to us. I told my children, I stopped at having two children because that's what I could afford. I
Excellent.
don't want to have it as a sentiment. Even when people
Excellent.
ask me, how
Excellent.
many children do you
Hmm.
have? I said, I've got two too many. That's what I
Yeah.
say. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about having 5 kids. I said, most of the time you ask me for things and I'm even complaining. I shouldn't be complaining because I chose to have you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm telling my kids. Then someone, even though I'm saying that four of us, it's only siblings from my mom. From my stepmom is I've got 3 siblings, that my dad has retired to Nigeria because my stepmom is a very soft woman, sold all the property without telling her, took all the money. She's my stepmom. I know she's not my mom, but I feel sorry for her because he doesn't even feed them. And these are people that are expecting you to do for them. So I said, if I was to give you £1, I'm giving it to my stepmom. There's no point giving it to you because you don't deserve it.
So your step siblings, are they here or they are in
They
Nigeria?
are here with their mom. They are here with their mom. And I'm like, anytime I say I want to give my dad, the day I decided I'm going to stop giving him money, I'll give it to my stepmom. I'm like, I called her. We didn't necessarily have an amazing relationship. We never fought, but we didn't live together. But I have a relationship with her by saying, I'm sorry, don't think anyhow, but I'm going to send you money. I hope it's okay with you. And I'll send it to her. She said, oh, it's fine. Because I know what she's going through. I told her, I said, what you're going through, we've been there. But when you were going to come into the house, we had to leave for you. But you wouldn't have known that.
Who sends his children out because he's going to marry another wife?
And this is it. And these people are waiting. Every time he comes, because my dad goes to Nigeria, comes here. Anytime he comes here, he's reporting us to a family. Oh, the children, they don't do anything because he wants to reap where he did not sow. We are not your retirement
already. But he has money already.
This is what I'm saying. So for the other person that spoke, that said that the parents wanted the student loan and all of that. This is the fact. That student loan is what, when we were in uni, I had to be working to pay for rent. It's not even enough to feed you. You have to pay it back in your income. Who pays it back? That parent is not going to pay it back when they're enjoying in Nigeria. You're still going to suffer the consequences. They are not thinking about that. And this is I'm saying on the perspective about someone that is already comfortable, who has a job, who's already collecting private pension and government pension, who sold 2 properties, and took all the money to Nigeria. I know some people might be saying, oh, why is she so bitter? I'm not even bitter for him. Yes, he probably did. I said, I'm happy for you. It's your money. And none of us were expecting, because when my dad said, I'm leaving, my dad said, oh, what are you guys going to do for me? That was my dad's statement. What are you children going to do for me? I'm retiring to Nigeria.
So he's not thinking of how he's going to, give you any inheritance.
And nothing like that. All his money. And even one of my siblings, the one that doesn't have a property, said, oh, Dad, I'm the only one out of my siblings that don't have a property. How are you going to support me? He said, I came to this country 32 years ago. Nobody supported me. So this is the fact. So so parents that are not, even if you reap, as I have a job, and I'm not expecting for my children to look after me when I'm old. I am not. I tell them all the time. I said, don't make me proud. Make yourself proud. Because I've been saying it to myself, to my kids. I said, make me proud. I said, no, it's not about me anymore. Make yourself proud so that you won't be dependent on anyone. And I said, the only time I know that my kids have done well is when they don't have to be a burden to me. They are not a burden to me.
Well said, Ade. I feel
so it's not about me giving
frustration.
Yeah, it's not about me. Oh, I have to give him money. My children, I have to clothe them. Then I'm thinking about my dad. It's different. I'm saying it's different if he didn't have money. Like, for example, when we came here, I made it a duty to send money to my grandmother because she looked after us in Nigeria while we were there. I made it a duty to send money to her because I know she doesn't have anything. But not for someone that I know has something.
Your father is doing Baba Alaye in Nigeria and he's looking for his children here to add to the one he has.
Yeah. And my stepmom would then be calling me and said, oh, your daddy didn't send money, or this or that. And I'm just thinking, what am I going to tell you? I can't tell you anything, because at the end of the day, you put yourself in here. I can't necessarily talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I do
but
understand.
And I told my dad, I said that you chose to have 3 extra kids.
I said, it's not being responsible for the kids.
He's not being responsible. And I told him, I said, you're doing the same thing you did to us. He said, what do you mean? I said, did you look after us? We were looked after by family in Nigeria. We came to the UK, we were still fetching for ourselves. And every time my dad would report us to my grandmother would say, oh, you would tell my father, don't forget that their mom brought you to this country. Just be patient with these children. Children would always be children, as we were children. There will be times we will do things that were wrong. And I guess my dad was frustrated because he was a single father and all of that. I appreciate that.
Someone said that the reason why this circle of, why it is difficult for Black people to create generational wealth is because of this circle of, people expecting so much from others, whether it's parents or siblings or whatever, and the family sense of entitlement and greed. I mean, there's no two way about it. Some parents are greedy. I'm sorry, they
Very
are.
correct. I can
They
give
are
you a
greedy.
very good example. When my brother was getting married, he paid for everything to do with his marriage, and my father expected to be on the high table. Him and his wife said, "We don't want a high table because they know that you don't deserve to be on that high table. We don't want it." That's what they said. We don't want a high table on our wedding. And he didn't get a high table. They sat in the crowd because you have not paid the dues as a father
He
since
wants
he
to
was
sit in the high
16 years
table.
old. Yeah. And he said, "No, I don't want a high table." You
Hmm.
put someone in the high table when they've paid their dues.
You
From the
know,
age of 16, you never fed someone and you now want him to be feeding you.
let me tell you something, Ade, so we can move on to other people in the studio. I understand what you're saying. Let me tell you, if I were you, this is what I would do. Okay, as a Christian, Bible says honor your father and your mother. Okay, but it is very, very important also that parents understand that you do not provoke your children. Okay, don't provoke your children to anger. The Bible says, if I were you, I'm going to set a boundary. Okay, I will set a boundary, especially because I know that he's doing well, he's got his pension, he's got money coming in. I'm not going to allow him to start stealing my peace all the way from Nigeria. Make up your mind what you can afford to give him once in 6 months or once in 3 months or 3 times a year, whatever, depending on your affordability. This is what I can afford to bless him with as my dad, even though he doesn't deserve it, even though
Auntie,
he
I
didn't.
bless him. When he came here, it's his birthday. I
Yeah,
celebrate my father. Took a cake, food. I celebrate him. How
yeah.
much can you give someone that
Once
is
you
so
do that,
expectant?
yeah, once you do that, then you have peace in your heart. Don't worry again.
No,
Don't
I do
worry.
because I heard you a couple of days ago and the statement you
Mm.
made. I called my siblings quickly. I said, "Do you know you can forgive someone from a distance?
Oh
You know,
yes.
you've
Oh
forgiven
yes.
them." And one of my siblings said, "We already know that already." I'm like, "Okay." But I took that from what you said that day that you forgive them, but you put them in a distance. This was when a
Yes.
lady called Betty was talking.
Yes.
But you leave them where they are. Don't let
Yes.
them steal your joy because every
No.
time I'll be crying.
No,
Even
no, 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 no,
but
no.
the fact is that you're still surviving. A parent
Yeah.
that has lived in a system in this country, knowing that you now have children, things are not if you earn £2,000 5 years ago, it's different from earning it now.
Yeah.
What you achieve with that 2,000 is different. Knowing that
This
you have mortgage to pay, but you still want from your children,
this
no,
is
it's
what you
sickening.
tell him. If he starts reporting you, set boundary. That boundaries is very, very important. Don't allow him to stay your peace. Yeah. Set boundaries. And Esther has just given you the solution. It says the Bible says that a wise man leave inheritance for his children. Okay.
Yeah.
So he hasn't left you anything. The one you has is trying to take it. And he's been ungrateful for the ones you are giving him. So set the boundary and then do you. Don't allow him to take your peace. That's what I would advise you to do, Ade. So that's all I can take from you, unfortunately, because we've got so many people that are waiting to contribute. Thank you so much, my darling sis. I wish you the very best going forward. Please don't allow your father, especially a father that put you out when you were going to uni, don't allow him to steal your peace. Do what you can, leave the rest. Okay? That's what I have to say. I hope you be able to make those decisions. I know sometimes it's hard because with parents you get the emotional connection and everything, and fathers that can blackmail like this, it's difficult, but you can do it. It's all about being firm and assertive. Okay, if you start narrating story up and down, concern you. Audrey, you are next. You're
Absolutely.
welcome, my
Thank
darling.
you.
You're welcome, Ade. Audrey,
Hey, Auntie B, how you doing?
I'm fine, welcome, bro. How are
Oh,
you?
yeah. Hi, I'm doing well. First of all, I just want to say thank you for your platform. And the reason I want to thank you is because you don't only help people that come on here. You reach out and actually help them in the real world, and that's something unique to your platform that I've not seen. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
Now, as far as your question, yes, okay, it's very important to have a retirement plan outside of your kids. You know,
Right.
I am not 50 yet, but
Yeah.
the reason why I called in is because I refuse to be a retirement plan for.
We have a lot of retirement plans children in the building today. Let
Thank
me ask you though, why do you think that? I mean, I'll allow you to share a little bit about your own experience. But when you finish, I want you to really address why, even if our parents who were, who didn't know better, that lived in Africa, they never had the opportunity to come to the West, did that. Why do you think today a parent who's been in the West for so long will still think that their children alone is their retirement plan?
Because in my experience, I guess my, well, let's call him dad here, has been Americanized. However, he wanted the respect of being in Africa.
Right.
Okay, Americanized is you're 16 years old, you're 18 years old, get out of the house. But come down here and prostrate and bow down to me every single morning and tell me how great I am. And stuff like that. So essentially, they have that respect me as if I'm in Nigeria, but I'm not going to help you like
As if
normal.
I'm in Nigeria. Yeah,
Right,
because in Nigeria, they don't kick their kids out, even if you're 40.
right, right. So essentially, so they have that sense of entitlement when they come over here. I mean, that's what I told them that I brought you to America. If I ask you to give me every single money you make your entire life, I am not asking too much.
Wow.
I kid you not. And that just after I've been here for after I've been in America for 1 year, I came when I was 15. At the age of 16 years old, this man pulled me from 10th grade and told me that, oh yeah, you're going to Job Corps.
So you can imagine the kind of husband he was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
men like this are the ones that we normally talk about. These are the Mongo Parks that we are talking about. Mongo Parks don't know difference between wife and children. No, they'll do the same thing. No.
You know what? Yeah, I don't want to get a bit too deep. I just want to, emphasize the importance of having retirement and not having to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
But so growing up, I never really knew the guy. I was introduced to him at his mother's funeral when I was 7. So, so 3 weeks before he came over to the U.S., he went to the village, picked me from the village, and gave me to his wife, which is not my mother. So that way he's tortured this woman for years. Well, I was with the woman for 3 years, and we're not going to go into that. But it's very important to ensure that you have your own retirement plan. You're supposed to help your children. My plan is to be the stepping stone for my children. My children are the only people I will allow to use me as a stepping stone to get to the next level. That's how you pay it forward to the next generation. And a lot of people just don't have that mindset. I think
Amen.
when
Amen.
they have the whole mindset of, oh, when I'm old, I'll just move into my children's house, or my children can take care of me when I'm old. In the West, it's a bit different. You know, of course, you want to admire the American or the white culture and stuff like that. But one thing you need to realize is once their parents are old, they stick them in old people's homes. They don't take care of
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, if you have a loving father, you have a loving parents or whatever, even if they're old, even if they can take care of themselves, you love them so much that you offer the help to help them if they're
Yeah.
great parents. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So they shouldn't have to mentally blackmail you or emotionally blackmail you to get you to do these things. I think that's the blessing that we need to essentially teach people in our community to, hey, you're in the West now, things work a bit differently, adjust, adapt, and update. And that's it. So yeah, as far as investment goes, my introduction was actually I finally got a job where they were paying me retirement. I didn't know what it was, so I was looking for my paycheck every single week. It was increasing. So I was like, okay, what is this? So I went into it and learned about it and stuff like that. So right now, I'm all into ensuring the retirement and make sure everything's good for the future and not to be a detriment to my children. And a lot of African parents just don't know that, and I think that's a problem. Anyway,
Hmm.
and that's all I've got.
Yeah. Thank you so much, OG. You see, the funny thing is interesting when you said that in your own experience, your dad, he behaved, the way that it suited him to be Americanized and say, okay, you are this age now, you need
Mhm.
to survive by yourself. But he
Yeah.
still wanted that bit of our culture that benefited him.
Yep.
Okay. And this is what I'm saying about, parents who live in the diaspora now. You live here now. We are watching, we are seeing the way the owners of the land, the way they live their life. The white man is not expecting their children to look after them. As a matter of fact, they will give them the first some money to put down for deposit for their first house. Okay.
Asian
So
community.
if we can copy, we can learn so many things from there. We live here now. Why do we still carry on this, what someone in the comment section described as a black tax?
Mm-hmm.
Where you expect that it's children that will be funding your life when you retire. And some people, especially a lot of our, first generation people that come here, think I don't need to make preparation for my retirement because maybe I have kids. It's their responsibility. It doesn't work. How do we make them understand that it's not a viable option of retirement? So these are the issues. Thank you so much, Audrey. Right, we're moving on very quickly. Gigi, you're next.
Hello,
Hi, sis. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, um, this is a very, very, very important topic. Thank you so much, Auntie B. I don't know what it is about, uh, well, let's just say particularly Nigerian, because that's the side of Africa that I know better.
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian parents. It's I mean, just listening to what the other callers have said, and these are blood, or will I say natural parents. I find it very difficult to understand because I, being an adopted child, um, I've faced similar. So it doesn't really matter whether you're adopted or not.
Yeah.
Um, filial. That's what they call it, where parents expect to get financial support from their children. The Bible states that you leave an inheritance for your children. My,
Absolutely.
my grandfather, my grandfather was a ruler in the part of Nigeria where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
This man catered for his children. So I can't remember. I don't think my grandfather ever left the shores of Africa, but
Mm-hmm.
he trained all his children abroad. Um, but he catered for even his great grandchildren.
Hmm.
So I actually have an inheritance from my grandfather
So it's
somewhere.
not even about whether you are in Africa or
So
you are in
it's
the
got
diaspora.
nothing. No, it's got
Yeah.
nothing to do with that
Yeah.
because my grandfather, that man had a great vision.
Hmm.
When his children were born, he was already driving, very expensive cars. And I'm talking about the firstborn was born in the 30s.
Wow.
So this has got nothing to do with African thing or Nigerian thing. I think it depends on the person. It's an individualistic thing, got nothing to do with the culture, which is similar to what
It's
I
not
see.
common. It's common with the
It's
black culture.
common, yeah, it
Mm.
is common. It is. I've seen it
Mm.
because quite a number of people that I know are experiencing the same thing.
It's in
Where,
the black culture, yeah.
yeah,
Somebody in the
parents are.
comment section, Gigi said, even African Americans, they call it black tax. They didn't even know that. I mean, it's the same thing that's happening. So
Mm,
black people all over the world, we have the same issues.
yeah, yeah. I just don't know why because it is like forced labor. It's heavy. You're heavily taxing your children. You exasperate them. You put them in a position, especially if they're struggling. I mean, people in the UK, if you're not a middle class or relatively working, earning well as a working class person in this country, you struggle. You struggle to pay bills. You struggle to pay all kinds of bills, look after your kids and transportation, everything, accommodation that you have to really be responsible for. Then you are then belabored with a heavy duty expectation from your parents to look after them. Honor your parents, absolutely. Like, until my father died, I continued to, do whatever I needed to do, because it's out of the generosity and goodness of my heart. Not that he needed it, but, I just did what was expected. But if my parent came to me and said to me, give me this because I have done this for you. That is blackmail. That is
Demanding
evil. That
it.
is wickedness.
Imagine the young lady in
Yeah,
university that the mother is
yeah.
saying, "Give me your student finance to build a house."
That is rubbish. That is wickedness. That
Hmm.
is that's not a heart of love. You know, this child is just growing. Why don't you try and help build this child? Let this child get our footing.
Hmm.
That's your responsibility as a parent. That is your responsibility as a parent, and not to belabor them and put them in a. The last, I think there was a time we were having a conversation. I said, if you see the amount of black people in the mental institution and the mental homes because of this type of thing, demands,
Pressure.
expectations,
Pressure.
pressure from
Yeah.
their family,
Yeah.
it's
On
unbelievable.
expectations. Yeah. And some
It's
of them,
unbelievable.
what about the ones that use their money? They use their money and they build a very big house
Massive
in their
houses.
village in Nigeria. They live in diaspora, they build a big
Yeah,
house in Nigeria. And then, due to one reason or the other, they are not able to retire to go back home. Maybe
yeah,
let's say medical conditions, for
yeah,
instance. They know if they go to Nigeria, they're not going to last 3 months. They are going to be deleted.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So they stay here. Now, the only thing they have that they can look up to or they can say they have is that house and it's
Mm-hmm.
not even a marketable place. It's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
village. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
buys a village house.
And then it's
Okay.
wasted,
So
completely wasted.
so you can imagine for that person what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just like pouring water in a basket. You know, you have no returns for your money. You have no returns for your investment. You know, I mean, even my own mother, who is UK trained, said to me I should sell one of my properties and give her
And give her the
the
money.
money.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And give her the money. This is I'm talking about an educated, highly educated woman. Do you know that was when I cut her off? I just cut her off. I didn't mince words. I didn't even exchange. I didn't even answer. I didn't say yes or no. That was the last time I saw her, and that was when I cut her off for some years until very recently we reconciled. I mean, I was loving her from a distance. I would, check on her and everything just to make sure, keep my ears open to make sure that she's okay, everyone is fine. But that was it. I just put a boundary between the two of us because I just felt you do not love me. Why do I have to do that when your sons, you have given them, you've willed us so many things for them? I have no
Why didn't
will
she
or
sell her
no
own house?
intention.
Does she not have houses? Why didn't she sell one of her own houses
Exactly. That's
if she needed
exactly,
cash?
exactly, exactly. Why? So when people are coming on the platform and saying that their own biological parents are demanding this from them, I feel, oh my goodness. So it's a common thing amongst Nigerian parents. So doesn't really matter if
Yeah,
you are
Gigi, maybe you can
adopted or
advise
not.
the Ying. Yeah, you are more matured, you are more experienced,
Mm-hmm,
and I know you personally, so I know how
mm-hmm.
assertive you
Yeah,
can be when you need
yeah,
to.
yeah.
You're very kind and loving. We like your generous spirit and your humble spirit, but when you need to take a stand, you do.
I take it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I
So
take it.
maybe
I
you
don't.
can
Yeah.
advise the Ying. The
Mm-hmm,
Ying
yeah.
is she's the young lady that came to share earlier on when we started the show.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And she's on in the comment section and continues to talk about how this same mother of hers,
mm-hmm.
you know, is carrying on with this abusive behavior of saying,
Nah,
give me money to build a house, give me money
nah.
to build a house. She's working herself. She says she's got
No,
pain because of all
she's
the work
got
she's
to draw a
doing.
line somewhere. No, otherwise she will end up depressed. You know, and if she ends up depressed and everything, her mom will find somewhere else where she can get the money from. She
This is what
will.
she's saying. I don't know how to cut her off because it really requires me to undo a lot of mental damage and
Is she in the
emotional.
UK?
Yeah, she's in the UK.
Okay, yeah. If she permits, then if you can pass a number to me, and then I'll reach out.
Okay. All right. The Ying,
Yeah,
please contact me on WhatsApp.
mm,
Sister Gigi will set you straight. Don't worry.
yeah,
She will set you
yeah.
straight. She will teach you how to handle parents like that because that's abuse as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
abuse. That's
Yeah.
abuse. I mean,
Nobody is
I
saying
wrote
don't
a
look after
will.
your parents.
I wrote my will when I was about 30. I did my will. I did it, because I had a few things, and I felt that if I didn't do it, um, some people were going to take away things, inappropriately when I'm gone, because for some reason I felt I was going to die younger. Um, so you need to plan. You need to plan for your future. It's very important. There's nothing spooky about it. It's just you're making a plan. You plan when you're getting married, you plan for your wedding. When you're having parties, you plan for your parties. When you're educating, you plan for education, you plan for work, you do all kinds of project management strategies and so on.
So
Why not,
you,
plan for
yeah,
your funeral?
yeah. So you are in the UK here, Gigi. So before I let you go, what kind of advice, or what kind of what do you think uh adults, Africans who live in the UK, what can they do as part of their retirement plan, so that this burden on children, expecting your children to be the ones that will build the house or the ones that will cater for your retirement, is not something that we'll keep hearing all the time. What do you advise them now that they are still working? What can they do?
First and foremost, cut your coat according to your material, your size.
Mm-hmm.
Is very important, because sometimes Africans, like some people say, that we are like consumers. We tend to spend so much money on frivolous things that don't really matter. So let us try not to be so wanting to be like the Joneses, or
Mm-hmm.
wanting to fit into the status quo of certain people, or the society that we find ourselves in. As when I say society, as in our very close knit Nigerian cliques. You don't have to buy the latest whatever. You don't have to buy the most expensive things. There are ways to do things. That's a
Mm-hmm.
different topic for a different day. But
Mm-hmm.
just cut your coat according to your size.
Yeah.
Do not be
So
like the
be
Joneses. You are
prudent
able.
with your
Be prudent,
finances.
be frugal,
Yeah.
prudent, and be frugal with your
Mm-hmm.
money. Be
Mm-hmm.
wise with your money. If you don't know how to deal with your money, go and ask people. Go and seek for people who will guide you. Financial advisors. You can get them for free sometimes. Get to figure out how you can actually sort of like put pockets and baskets of, okay, this is my monthly outgoing, this is how much that goes into for my savings and investments, and what open your ears to certain things you can do, just to
Investment.
put
Invest,
money
invest,
aside.
invest. Yeah.
Invest.
Invest.
Put
Yeah.
money aside.
Put money aside. Start a private pension.
Start something, and these days, you people can have several streams of incomes. You can have two, you can have three. Money, even if it is $1 here or £1 coming in from this angle, from that angle, put it somewhere else. Get an account where it's just going in, going in, going in, and
What
just
about
be
houses in
present.
Nigeria? Is that a retirement plan?
I really don't know. I have no future in Nigeria, so I'm sorry. It's not my thing. um Maybe it is for some, but I don't really have any sort of like information or knowledge about
Yeah. Maybe
investment
we're
in
going to ask
Nigeria.
Bio.
So
Bio is in the studio. We'll ask him.
that's
So,
outside my pay
yeah.
grade.
Yeah,
um
somebody said that it's mainly because of poverty and lack of retirement
yeah,
planning.
yeah,
Black people don't have enough money to put away for retirement, so
yeah, just put
therefore they
away.
depend. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
put away money, and and the things that, let's be patient, it will be building. Don't
yeah,
let it build.
you don't need to be someone that's earning six figures before you can put
No, it
something
can be
away.
£20 a month, it can be £10 a month, it can be £50 a month. However, you can do it. Some people,
Gigi,
they
let me
this is
tell you something I
yeah.
heard one time. You would not believe it. In this UK, this London, a woman used her child benefits. She saved it up and used it as a down payment for her first house.
You see, you see.
She saved it.
Mhm. I tell you what,
Imagine
another friend of
100.
mine did. Yeah, the child benefits for the children. They opened up accounts for each of them. So when they were ready, after university and everything, they gave them the monies to them and said to them, "This is your down payment for your property." And these are Nigerians, and they live in this country.
Hmm.
These are Nigerians. These are not white. These are Nigerian friends of mine. They are
Hmm.
a good example of how to live as a family, as Nigerian family.
Hmm. A
So
lot of
if
people are saying they have zero interest in Nigeria. They have zero. A lot of you don't want to retire to Nigeria. All of you. You want to stay in this cold. You want to
I
retire
have
in this cold.
minus 0.0000 interest in
And you see how cold it is in Canada. I saw a car today on Instagram. Even the door was frozen. Ice was dropping out. This is where you want to retire. Okay. Oh. Mhm. All right. Thank you, Gigi, so much. I'm going to connect you with the Ying. The Ying, please contact
Nigeria.
me.
Yeah.
My number flashes on the screen from now. Yeah, it's here. So contact me so I can link you with Sister Gigi, and
Yeah.
she's going to set you straight. Don't worry. Okay, you are so young. If she was even a matured woman, I would understand. She's so young to be
I mean,
going
when she
through
was
all
talking, I
this.
thought she was going to say she was like in her 40s or 50s. Then what? That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
pressure.
she's a
That is
young woman,
unnecessary,
and
undue
yeah, the stress
pressure.
the mother is putting on her is too much. Yeah,
That
that's
is
not
not
fair.
right. It's not
And
fair.
it's not that the mother could not. I mean, it's not like she didn't work. The funny thing is that she was working and using her money to take care of other people without thinking about herself and
No,
her future.
that's the choice she made. That's the choice she made. That
Mm,
she has to live with that choice. We make choices and then we live with that choice. That's the consequences for the choices she made.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why we have to sort of like, sit down deliberately and be purposeful and think about our life and think about what you want to do, where you
Yeah,
want to be, what you want to see yourself be in the future, and begin now to plan for it.
I feel like a lot of us don't like to address. We don't like to think about the future. Like we don't like to think about old age,
Yeah,
retirement, debt, and things like that. But it will happen. Whether you think, if you do not think about it, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. If this is the only thing you can take away from tonight's show, please understand that old age will come
it
if
will
God
though.
gives you life, whether you like
Mm,
it or not.
mm.
You go old, though.
And
Everybody
not
they old.
and not
Mm.
just financial plan, a health plan, social plan. You have
You
to
know, when I
think
went to
about.
Kenya, I met this amazing lady, and she told me that she moved from here to Kenya to retired. She wasn't even at the retirement age,
Yeah,
but
I
she
saw
and
that
her husband
program. Yeah,
retired. Yeah,
yeah,
they retired and they built a hotel, an apartment hotel. You saw the hotel. I showed it when I went
yeah,
to
yeah,
Mombasa.
yeah, yeah.
You know, she told me that in Kenya they have Bupa and other health, companies that set
Mm-hmm,
up
mm-hmm,
they have health insurance there. So you pay monthly,
mm-hmm.
and if you are ill, even if they don't have the facility to treat you, they can take you abroad to other
Wow,
countries to treat you. So
wow.
they are secure, they are sure that their health plans is okay. They are
It's
not
okay.
worried that
Yeah.
because they are in Africa, they are not going to be treated if they get ill. You see, that is what it means to plan.
Mm.
If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail.
To
It's
fail,
simple.
to
It's
fail,
simple.
to fail. Okay. I know there are other people waiting just to drop this down. I've said this before. Um, while my mother, you know, financially she's sorted, that's not a problem. However, she did not plan health wise because now, because she's not thought about health situation in future, now she says to her, had I known, had I known. And this woman was, she's a retired medical practitioner.
Yeah, but she has access to NHS. So what
Yeah,
medical care does she need
yeah,
outside the
but still,
NHS?
in terms when I still talk about health, I'm talking about, your fitness, big, she's now obese and everything. She's a
Hmm.
fitness. How you need to look after yourself. You are walking, when you walk, you do exercise and so on. You're thinking in future, I don't want to be in a position whereby I cannot help myself.
Yeah, I
Certain things.
understand that. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you so
it's
much,
very
Gigi.
important. Okay.
Appreciate you, sis. Love
Yeah.
you.
Love you too.
All right,
See
take
you
care, sis.
soon.
I see you. I can't
Yay!
wait.
Lots of
I have a
dancing and
surprise for you.
dancing.
I'm not going to say it. You will
No,
see. Seeing
no.
is believing. Let me keep it under wraps.
Let's not say
Bye.
anything.
All right,
Okay.
bye,
Bye
sis.
bye.
Bye. Uncle Olu, you were waiting for so long. I'm so sorry. Please come back. There are so many people waiting. Their connection were not good. Olu, please come back if you are still here. My link is in the comment section. Let's discuss this. It's very, very important. Nick Inky said, I have zero interest in retiring to Nigeria. My hobby has 100% Eba. That is always where the wahala is if you are married. Okay? As, sometimes it's the women that wants to retire. Like me, I love my Nigeria. Please, please, I love my. It might not be what I want right now. Things are not the way I want them, but I don't want to be old in this country. Have you seen how old people are in this country? Inky, let me tell you, my greatest fear is that the rate at which people have Alzheimer's and dementia in this country is too much. How many people have you seen in Nigeria that have dementia? It is I think it's the cold. The heat in Nigeria, I don't know. I'm saying something that sounds like nonsense. It's not medically proven, but I tell you, that is my personal belief. I believe it strongly. I don't see people having Alzheimer's and dementia like that in Nigeria is the sun. So no. So Inky said, all my children are here. So what am I doing in Nigeria? I don't expect them to sponsor my retirement, but I want to be close to them. Yeah. But you forget that your children are going to marry. All of them will leave home. The men, the girls, all of them will leave. Me, my plan is that I want to retire to where there is sun. Nigeria, where I can go to Wambe, I will go to church, I will go to party, I will enjoy myself, I will see the larger family. Once it's cold, I am gone. When it's warm, spring, towards summer, I'm back here. I can't see myself in this country during winter when I'm 70. Could job? No way. I'm not doing it. I cannot. Old age in this part of the world is not good. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it. Olu, you're welcome, darling. How are you?
Hi, Auntie B. Good
Hello,
afternoon
sweetie.
or good evening.
You're welcome, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. I always watch all your shows, but I'm not always on the live shows.
That's
I
all
always watch
right.
the playback because I'm calling from Canada.
Okay. You're
So I'm at
welcome.
work, but I just
Imagine
said,
how
let me.
cold it is in Canada. Me, I will be 70 years and stay in that cold. Cold
I'm not
job.
seeing myself retiring here as well.
Please, that
It's no
cold.
way. No for
Mama,
me.
yeah, please come and
I
stay
always
with
say
me when you
I'm
come. I have to go to Nigeria when I retire. I cannot stay here. I can't.
I
Mm-mm.
always say I'm not made for winter.
No, 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 no. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Me too. Me too.
Old age is too. This country is too lonely. We are not even old now, Olu. We are not old now. See how isolated this place. You see how
Yes,
people in
and
Nigeria are
it's lonely,
enjoying. Every
especially
day
winter period is
I
always
beg.
very lonely, very
There's
cold.
always somewhere to go in Nigeria. There's
It gets
always one
dark
function.
quickly,
No, I don't want to be here when I'm old. I beg.
No, me
I don't
too.
want.
Me too. I'm
Mm-mm.
looking forward to retiring in Nigeria. Anyway, I've always been saying it, and people are always saying, "Why? What are you going back for? What are you looking for? Why would you go back to Nigeria?" But that is my plan, anyways. So let's talk about this topic. It's very interesting because personally, I always ask my friends that, "What are your plans for retirement?" And I
Good.
realize that a lot of people does not have plan. A lot of our people here does not
Mhm.
have any plan for retirement.
They don't even
And
think about it.
they don't. And it grieves my heart whenever I go into the store and I see old people still working
Hmm.
in this environment. And I'm always like, oh, these people, this old age just caught up with them, without any plan. So they have to go back to work. Even at old age, they have to go back to start working. There
Olu,
is no,
even if they don't work, even if they get pension, whatever, what are they doing with their days? You will stay at home. If you are sick like this, parent, your children will put you in nursing home. Eh?
you're right. You're
Abeg.
right. For
Mm-mm.
some, it is for leisure, but for so many, I know it is because they have to pay bills, even at that age.
Mm-hmm.
So
Of course, you still pay bill. Bill doesn't know old age or young age now. You will pay
no,
bills
it
now.
doesn't. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe the reason why our parents are always like they always rely on us for retirement is because for us as Black people, we believe that we have to take care of our kids. We have to send them to college. I mean, people
Mm-hmm.
back home. So after investing all that on them, they believe that they have to reciprocate by taking care of them in old age. But I believe for our generation, we have to change the narrative. We have
Somebody say
to.
I will move to South America or Colombia.
is it
Nigerians,
is
all of
it
you are
one there?
running. Ghana. Somebody said I'll go to Puerto Rico.
For me, I
Well,
can't stay in a
there is
cold,
no place like home.
cold
Enjoyment in Nigeria is
region.
too much.
You know,
I
you
don't know
know
anybody in Puerto Rico.
people,
I'm not
people
going
are
to
scared
Puerto
of
Rico.
kidnapping.
Well, it's not everywhere there's kidnapping. People are still living in Nigeria. They will not
I
see me. I
know,
won't
and that is
travel. I will
what I
stay.
always say.
No, not is it, there are 200 million people in Nigeria. It's not everybody that is kidnapped. Me, they will not see me.
Right.
That is where I'm going to. Mm.
In Jesus' name.
Amen. No, there's nowhere like home now. Just look at
There
it,
is nowhere
Niger.
like no,
Please.
no, no matter what. There is no place like home.
Somebody says Mexico or Trinidad. They kidnap in Mexico too. You don't know. Oh my
Let them
God.
not kidnap you in another man's country.
That one is worse. When
That
they're
would be
speaking their
worse.
Portuguese that you don't understand, you say, eh? What a killer saw a jaw? Me, bro.
That would be worse.
Oh, all right. So, what is the plan? Like, do you need to build a house? You need to save money? Do you need to start a business? What is your plan, Olu? Share with us. Share your plan
Okay,
with us.
for me, my plan right now, number one, my plan is to put some money aside for my kids' college. We've been between myself and my husband, we've been doing that.
Right.
And aside that, we as a person, you need to make a budget. You need to budget according to what you're earning and make sure that savings is part of that budget. You have to put money aside.
Yes.
And that money that you are putting aside, you need to make a plan on it. If your risk level is low, go for real estate. If your risk level is high or medium, go for mutual fund. If you have a high tolerance for risk, go for stock. You have to start investing, putting your money in all this investment for old age. You can't just say, oh, I will rely on, we call it CPP here, the retirement thing from the government. It's not enough. It can never be enough.
No.
So we have to start. We have to plan our money. I believe another thing that affects us, somebody said it when they make the call in, is that we Black, we like show off. So when we are earning some kind of money like this, we start buying flashy things to show people that does not even care about us.
Exactly.
So we need to change that narrative and start thinking about what is much more important to our life than all these things that we enjoy, immediate enjoyment. We need to start planning for the future. And we have to be intentional about it.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, let me do it today, and if I can't afford to do it tomorrow, that's fine. No, we have to be intentional. We have to put in everything into it so that by the time the old age comes, we won't be shocked that, look at me, I'm old, I can't work anymore. That's all I have to say, Auntie B. Thank you
my
very much.
darling.
God
Thank you,
bless
sweetie.
you.
God bless you too, sweetie. Say hello to Gbogbo Canada. Enjoy the code. I cannot say you should enjoy it. I feel sorry for you guys, man.
Thank you.
Code,
thank you.
You can enjoy it now because you are still young. When you are 70, you cannot. It's too much.
No, I can't. I always say that immediately my kids are old enough
having
to be
arthritis. All your leg will
on
start
their
paining
own,
you. Let me tell you
going back to
something.
Nigeria. I can't
You
do.
are stronger when you are where there's sun, whether it's
Yes,
Nigeria or Ghana,
it's
anywhere.
true.
Old
Yes,
people in
you're
Africa,
right.
you can't compare them to the old people here. I'm telling you, this sun
You're
has
right.
something that is good for your bones. It will be strong.
It's good.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
I've seen somebody here who was 50 and they already had dementia. Honestly, I keep wondering, what is this dementia that is catching people everywhere? I don't know, maybe because it's my line of work and the way I see old people, the way I see them, the old age is not pleasant to me at all. And that's why, I don't like it. You'll be that age. Only you're going to be doing your shopping by yourself. You'll be carrying bag up and down. Only me will be cooking. When I'm in Nigeria, I'll be doing madam. I'll have cook. I'll have gatesman. I'll have this. I'll have driver. Everything. I mean, if you have your money, you will create it. By the time we retire, Nigeria will be better. Let's be hopeful. By the grace of God. This is me wishful thinking. Bumi, what do you think about my plans?
Auntie B, hi.
Hi, sweetie. Welcome. Look at
Good
me. Oh,
afternoon.
wishful thinking. I love Nigeria so much. I can't see
I
myself here.
can tell, I can
Mm-mm.
tell. Me too, I
Mm-hmm.
used to be like that. I used to be like you, but it dealt with me. Hi, Obodo fam. I was the one that said I was going to move to Colombia because I was
Oh,
living in Colombia before.
Colombia, long, long.
And to me, I speak Spanish. I used to live in Colombia.
Do
My
you have
Spanish
family?
means
You have
it
friends
means to
there?
be
You have
polished.
family there? Eh?
No, I just moved there when I was tired of Nigeria. I moved to Colombia. Then I spent 2 years. Then I moved to Canada. Now I'm in Canada. My family is with me now. Like I started my
Everybody's
family in
moving
Canada.
to Canada. It is only Africans that are moving to Canada. Oyibo people do not move to Canada. Canada is too cold.
Auntie B, Auntie B, what are you saying? We are on the jackpot process. This is jackpot generation.
In
There's
fact, the way
nothing in
Nigerians are
Nigeria.
jackpying to Canada is too is serious. Eh? Eh?
Auntie B, the code is not so bad. It looks bad,
Eh?
but it's not so bad. You just deck
Hmm.
up. You deck up.
My friend in what do they call the Mississippi? Is this Mississauga?
Mississauga. Mississauga.
Mississauga.
I remember
She,
when you came, Mississauga.
you know, I went to Mississauga.
Yeah.
If they tell me to come, I tell them if it's not summer, please and please and please. Don't tell me and Code, we are not friends. So the husband did a video and sent it to me as I was laughing and falling on the ground. I say,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
If you
It's
see
we
the
had those
inches of
things.
the code like this, it's thick like this, it's
Yeah.
up to 4 or 5 centimeters. Say me in this
Yeah.
country.
Yeah,
She
that's
gone.
true.
Me fair.
Well,
I don't want. Mm.
for me, maybe because I'm still young, like you said, but if you dress properly, if you cover up, you're entering your car, you're entering your house. You don't have much to do outside except you want to go
Exactly. Why would
ice
I want to stay
skating.
in a place I have not much to do outside when I can be in a place I can go outside every day?
Yeah,
Even if
that's
I
why me, I'm
cannot go
moving to
far, at
Colombia.
least within the town.
And
Anyway,
to be,
let's come back
I
to
need to
your
invite you to Colombia. Colombia is where it's at.
eh? Do you know what I've
Colombia.
heard about Colombia? All the movies I
There is
watch about Colombia.
It's a lie. He's acting. It's just like the movies you see of Nigeria is acting. And to be, I'm telling you, 100%. Well,
Eh?
90% is acting.
Bumi is acting.
90% is acting. It's
Okay.
like Nigeria.
Okay.
How
I
they blow it
see.
out of proportion. I'm telling you,
Okay.
I lived there for 2 years. I was teaching English
So
in
is
private
it
school.
safe? Is it safe there?
It's safe. It's
How is the
safe.
weather? Weather is key. How
Oh
is the
my
weather?
God. The capital of Colombia, Bogota, is like fall weather, fall and spring mix of that. Then where I want to retire, it's called Medellin. Medellin is Amatan dry season, but it's sunny. It's sunny. And it's touristic. So you have a lot of Americans, you have a lot of gringo basically
So you
coming
are
to
not even
visit. So
thinking
it's
of
nice.
Africa at all. Your own is just
And to
Colombia,
be,
Sha.
I don't know, it's where I've lived. I will go now. I will go and visit Nigeria and then I will come back. But since Colombia is not far to from Canada, here it's 6 hours. I can come back here in the summer. Then I can go to Nigeria when I want to go, maybe once in 2, 3 years. But it's Colombia I want to stay there. I can start business. Airbnb business is booming there like crazy because people are going there. It's the next destination now, touristic destination. So that's where I see for now. Cali is also one of the good places where they are Afro Latino. So Cali, Medellin, all those places, Santa Marta, those places where there are a lot of black people, it's blackly populated. That's where I live those places, so I can tell. But for Auntie B, Nigeria is not looking at like maybe the future will be bright, but for this future we are looking at, it's not looking into with Bola Tinubu. So let's not even talk about it. That's me. But I'm planning, like for example, Auntie B, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Sorry, the fire alarm
Okay.
went off, so I
Oh, I'm
just muted
sorry. Oh,
myself.
I thought I heard something. I thought it was not you. Okay. But for me, how I'm planning is that I am trying, like I have just one child. And this is an issue. It's not an issue, but it's something me and my husband were going back and forth whether we should have more because we're working right now with what we have. So we are planning within our means and we're trying to save. I have life insurance. He has educational savings. So when he's 18, he doesn't have to go on OSAP, what they call OSAP here, where you borrow money from the government. So we save for his education. I have a life
So, are
insurance.
you still in Colombia?
No, I'm in Canada. I moved to
Oh,
Canada
so you're gonna move back to Colombia when you retire?
when I
That's your
retire.
plan.
Yes,
Oh, okay,
yes,
okay,
yes,
okay.
yes,
But will
yes.
you not be lonely without your extended
No,
family friends?
me and my husband will move. Two of us lived in Colombia and TB. That's where we met.
And you are just okay with you and your husband alone?
We already have family there, Auntie B. Like what I mean,
Oh, I
family,
see.
family
Okay.
turn friends, friends turn family.
I see.
Like
Okay. Oh, yeah,
people I
me.
know, like if I go to
Mm,
Colombia, if not for COVID, I would have gone to Colombia. So and
I
if I go to
see.
Colombia, and I know people that I will stay with that they
Nigerians
are
have
still
not
good to
discovered that one. If Nigeria discover Colombia now, one go, they go
Auntie B,
take.
Auntie B, let me bust your brain. There are Nigerians there.
Really? No, it's
We
not as
have
popular as Canada yet. Let
no, no, no,
Nigerians
no, no, no,
properly
no.
find
It's
out
not as
about
popular.
Colombia.
It's not as
Colombia
popular.
gone, I want gone more. Aya
Yeah,
gone, on more. They go take.
yeah, that's
Thank
true.
you. Thank you,
No
Bumi.
problem. Thank
Okay,
you.
invite me one day when you go back so
I
that
will
we'll come and
invite
see it.
you. I will invite
Mm.
you. Bye bye.
All right, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Miss Colombia. Gigi say, I would definitely not retire in the UK. I mostly will head to a West African country that has quick access to Nigeria. Better. Please. There was a comment I pinned earlier on. Adama was saying that old people are looked down on here. Yeah, it's very, very true. Old people, I don't know. They do take care of them, but man, I don't like what I see in my line of work. I don't want to be like that when I'm old. Ejo. I don't want it.
Just the nugget.
Bio, are you ready?
And the nugget should be number 3, original, okay?
What are you buying? What are you ordering?
Number 3.
Okay, BA is still ordering number 3. Oh, let's wait for him to finish. So yeah, I'm going to round up now with BO. We're going to just conclude.
Auntie B.
Colombia. Eh?
Sorry, I just
What
make it
did
quickly. My
they
call.
buy?
I did Chick-fil-A. I said, I just quickly drive through, just collect some small chop here. You know, my
I
time,
like
myself, the only
Chick-fil-A.
retirement we'll plan for today.
You
Mm.
say you want to sell your house for Nigeria. Say you don't get plans to retire for Nigeria.
No, I know the retire for Nigeria. Now, one of the well, I'm not calling that greatest mistake when I make, but anyway, that one I'm money kept in the bank. So
Right.
for me, anything where person get for grand now, money in the bank. But however, as I did so, me I want retire for a year. Now yeah, go state like Florida or California, anywhere where get good weather. You know, I not get plan to go retire for Nigeria because my own thinking is this: no matter what, no matter how you think you are touching base back home, by the time you are really ready to retire, you should be old and you spend most part of your life in the abroad. Do you understand? Whether you're in the UK, whether you're in the US or wherever you are,
Mm.
Canada. So by the time you you go back to Nigeria, I know people try to meet up, but I've really heard few cases. I know nothing is absolute, you know, of persons when they go back home. There's a difference between visiting and just going back to live there at old age. Do you understand? Unless you're just
Mm.
ready to die within the next 1 year, you know.
No, you not
So
follow like that too.
unless you are talking of early retirement, or like
Even if you
maybe
retire at that age, you not follow like that too. You know me say if you just retire, people retire plenty go back. You know me say
yes,
they
now
will
but
all
they go
delete you.
early. That one I they talk now. That one be early retirement, but how many of us don't really do early retirement? Even though we retire for a year, we won't retire like at what age? If I ask you specifically in your
Let's
mind, I mean,
for my
at
mind, I
what?
say 65.
Oh, okay, that is early now. That will not be retire now. That will be saying you just go Nigeria. Now. What I mean, like going back to Africa for old age, maybe when you don't even think of say,
65 never old. 65
no,
never old.
65 not really that old anyway. So if you go Nigeria for 65, you know that means you are ready to spend another 40 years or 30 years in that country. You know what I mean now? You understand my point? Is that
I dey hear you. I dey hear
yeah?
you.
So that's why I just wanted you to define what you mean by that retirement. Because when you say retire, we can retire from our normal jobs and everything at the age of 60, go home and start doing business, farming, all those kind of things like fishery. Then we still do a little bit strong within that 60 you are talking about. But a lot of people look at retirement like, look, I heard you talking about maybe when people don't old, nobody to take care of them. And that age where they call old, when person not fit take care of person, that age no be 60 now. You don't
No, no,
understand?
no,
No
no,
be
no.
mm-hmm.
No, 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 no. Not be say, I mean, You go still retire when you still get some where you go still enjoy yourself now. Not be say you just retire when you don't turn vegetable. Now you won't go. Now 80 years you won't go. At 80 years, what will remain again?
Okay, so that one a relocation now. Okay, retire to relocate. Okay, I understand. All right,
Mm,
that one is allowed, but me not get plan for that one though, because at
okay.
60, my life still
Mm.
dey shine. By that time, oh my yeah, I just see oh my yeah for there. You know, you're quiet.
I'm a
Eh,
self say you no
I
get
say you
plans.
no get
He say
plan.
he go
He say
come,
you
he
go
go
come, you
retire
go
to my
retire to
house.
my house.
Come
He
give
want go
phone.
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Whose phone they ring? Be on your phone they ring.
No be me oh, now more yeah oh, now more yeah. Or somebody else where you invite. Nothing they make
Ego.
Oh,
noise here.
I'm your phone they ring.
No,
Okay, you say you come to visit me for my when I don't retire, when I don't
I
go.
bet.
You
Yeah,
come to
now
greet me.
your house go be vacation spots. I go so
See,
when I
if
go
you enjoy
Nigeria
Niger, you go
from
enjoy yourself
airport.
tire. Hmm.
No be now enjoyment get different. There's different type of enjoyment now. Me, I no be one bad person. Me now just to I like to chill. I like to chill,
Ah,
relax.
okay. Obodo good for you then. You just a chill inside house every day.
No, not necessarily inside. The enjoyment different. Not be only who go one bed they enjoy now.
No,
There's so
not
many
people on
people.
one bed. The sun, you don't understand. Now that sun be
Oh,
the
they
main thing for me.
California. I know they miss
Son they
sun
Cali now.
plenty. As I day here, sun they shine for my head.
We not get sun for here. We not get sun for UK. Either rain or wind or cold. Now in the year. Now only 2 weeks a year they see sun. Only 2 weeks in a whole year. Now they see sun.
Right. Even
Mm.
if I want retire, my problem is say I be like Nigeria. You see the way they talk, so I go retire. That has always been my dream. But after I don't go Nigeria a couple of times and I've had horrible experiences, and then you keep hearing stories, and I still have family back home. And I say which kind I mean to retire, then you now hear people who retire home, for instance, and then one thing or the other. Some of them go house, maybe they'll fall sick, they carry them go hospital, the equipment are not there. Before they even reach the hospital, the person don't go. All those things is very heartbreaking. When you go, for me, oh, I did as they look everywhere. I did check out Madagascar, check out Angola. If I must go to Africa, I go find Africa when go give me peace of mind. I can't. You
Okay,
see all
let's
that
talk of
drama.
retirement plans now. We dey talk, so we no go deviate because we don't dey talk of location
Okay,
now. Let's talk
okay,
about the
that's
main
it.
cocoa of the gist, which is about using children as retirement and why Africans know they make plans for the retirement.
Right. So on that subject, me, I'm in the school of thought that it's not a bad thing to take care of your parents in their old age, but you have to be
Mm.
realistic about it. You have to plan. I have my mom living with me. I know they do pass my power. Okay, so what I fit do now, I dey make sure say I dey take care of my own self. I dey sort myself out before anybody else. Okay,
You,
I get stuck
did you hear the story
investment.
of the young lady that came when we started the show? When he saying Mama said make you give her in student finance, they build house. Now that's
That's
kind of one we dey talk.
selfishness.
Oh. No,
Oh,
there's nothing wrong with taking care of your. Nobody say you shouldn't take care of your
yeah.
parents, oh, but
Okay,
when it is something that
I missed that story.
oh, okay, you miss out. So,
Yeah.
of course, we take care. You know that you have to take care of your parents. But when the parents now have this sense of entitlement, for instance, that young lady that the mother said, "Give me your student finance to go and build house. You have to work and give me money." And another person, one of our brothers, came and said also that the father kicked them out when they were 16. Another person, you need to watch and back so that you see plenty story. Oh, the expectation is that they are demanding you need to take care of me
That
even though
one I said.
they get money, oh, like one of
That
Bread
the
chicken
ladies that said,
sandwich.
but
Theo, mute your
money,
phone. If you the
Theo no
other
let us see road
sandwich,
with food, oh.
mute your phone now.
Theo, this is food where you the other, you don't let us see what. Like,
I dey hear you, Sister B.
like one of them say, one of the ladies that called say, even the papa said 2 houses from here can't go Niger. He's well to do, but they let them get peace. Like they roll jaw up and down, say they don't take care of them and this and that. It's always demand, and they get their own life to live. They get their own family. They get children. In that case, like even get not people that even have some of them don't make plans. Some even get money, but they still demand so much from their children.
In that case, yeah, you have to be that not selfishness now.
That one no be that one past taking care of your, because as when you want to take care of your parents, you know, as you take cut your coat according to your size. That one is selfishness. I not go follow you do that one now. As a parent, I go, if you tell me, if you ask me or place that kind of demand on me, you not go hear from me again. It's just that simple. You have to know your limits and you have to make boundaries. As Gigi Gibson talk, you have to set boundaries. If you not set boundaries, there are some parents, I know people who have parents that have become praise. Like they make
Yeah.
high demands on them. You know, they go tell them, say, oh, see, my mate don't build house. Oh, you remember that your friend, he build mansion
Right.
for him papa. He buy one new car for him papa. You know, they don't turn their children to, they don't become leech on their children. In that type of scenario,
Indiscipline.
you go set your boundaries with them. You know, not be must to take care of your, no, not be must to talk to your parents or to listen to them, to you may they use emotional blackmail on you. Not be must to. When you don't reach like that, you go block them out until they realize what they do. It's just that simple.
That's what we're advising her. We're advising her because this young lady says she feels so stressed with the expectation, and she's a very young lady. You will not believe it.
Yeah,
Have
she's
you
not supposed,
discussed
she
that with
shouldn't feel
them?
that way. She should not feel that way. She does not owe her parents anything. The only thing now $50 if he sent to her parents every month. Let her do it with a clear conscience.
It's
Now,
not sending. The mother is here. Is here in the UK too.
now if they stay with her, the mother they stay with her.
No, I don't know whether they live together. The Ying, are you still in the comment section? I don't know if they live together, but she's saying that the mother said she should bring student finance for her to go and build house. The money she's supposed to use to go to uni. She had to
Eh,
drop out of the university because
they
of
need
that.
to, people need to, for waiting.
Please,
If
can
that
I say
cannot happen,
something?
you
Say
can't do
something.
that. You have
Yeah.
to stand, you have to always stand firm. I know for some
It's
people it
not
doesn't
everybody
come
that have the
naturally.
courage to stand firm like that. Mm.
That means she
Well,
needs guidance. She needs guidance so that she go fit stand firm, because that is very unhealthy. She go break under that kind of stress. It's not healthy for her, and she's going to
Yeah.
resent her mother for it. So there's no need. She needs to really,
It's
I
causing a
know
lot
she's
of problem
young.
already. Okay,
Yeah.
so she says she's moved out. She's here. She said, yes, my move back in with her. She left the university and moved back with her. Okay, Bio, what did you wanted to say something?
yeah, what I wanted to say is that just to support what Omoye was saying too, like, I believe that we all agree on one thing, which is definitely we know say it's very good for us to take care of our parents, especially parents that have really done well for us, you know, because everybody knows the society they grow up in. Let's say, for instance, if you really grow up in Nigeria, spend most of your life in Nigeria, because, for instance, I
Mm.
came from a very average home. My father is not wealthy at all, but neither is he poor. Was a civil servant. And training us, we all know, say, for Nigeria, even for parents to save 1 naira for themselves now, wahala, because you go buy your everything. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
university here, university there, this one there, and really, they're not born. Though we are five, but five is still a large number looking at Nigeria society. So, what am I trying to say here? And not because I'm on social platform, because if you not do am, I go to say not do am. You not get what if you do me. But of a truth, just like every average parent back home, he really did his part. They tried. They make sure I didn't lack when I was in the university and all that. So the same way, even parents here that train their children here, I've heard quite the number of Nigerians here that know how far, like the last caller said, or the second to the last caller. One good gift you can give to your child abroad is to save money. I mean, those that came here early and had a good job, save money so that your children don't go to university on a loan. So
Yeah.
that once they start working, they don't have to pay student loan. They can
Yeah.
pick up.
Yeah.
That is a very good investment,
Mm-hmm.
or gift that you can give to them if you can. You know what I mean? So what am I trying to say? Funny enough, parents have realized that parents that are even committed in training their children, they don't even
They don't
disturb their
demand.
children later
No,
in
they
life.
don't.
They don't
No, they
demand.
don't. No,
They
it's the ones
don't.
that did zero. They are the ones
The
that
ones
demand
that
the
did
most.
zero, which is
Mm.
to me, That one, is there's no negotiation on that one. Block them. Don't be better. Don't be small. And talk some sense. Not just block. Talk some sense you before you block. Whether they will change. Because till tomorrow, even most parents, the first thing a reliable parent would ask their kids today is, "Are you okay?" Even if they don't even have back home, they will first of all make sure that you are okay. You can see the emotion, the empathy they show for you, even as a grown-up man with your own family. They still try to say, "Are you okay?" You know what I mean? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So mama go still use their money buy food, give their children. Say, "Oh, make I send your bolo." You never send them money. Oh, you know they show that empathy. So that kind of parents definitely we will take care of them. You know, understand? You know, which I know you agree
Mm.
with. You know. So for
Mm.
that,
Yeah. Okay, we not hear you again, no. I be you. All
that's
right,
what
Chelsea.
I just hold on. Hello.
Your maybe because you are out, your internet is shaking. Bill, just hold that thought. Chelsea Brown, you're
All
welcome,
right.
my darling. Can you hear me? Okay, Chelsea, your internet don't come today again, no. Okay, now so we dey always get this your internet. Jimmy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Auntie B?
Yes. What do you have to say to this discussion that we're having?
Auntie B, I just want to say to that woman that she's wicked. That is a wicked mother. I can never in my
Which
life
one?
understand the woman that want to use daughter's money
For
for what is it
for to
for
build
to buy
house in
house.
Nigeria.
That is
Mm,
wickedness. Okay, so if you
mm.
don't give this child a future, how did you expect her to take care of you in the future?
She said she had a
Because
breakdown at work because of all this
oh,
stress of the
honestly, I
mother.
don't even want. This is not necessary. Okay, so if she used the money to build a house, what did you expect that child to turn out to be? How did you don't care about our future? You are caring about your own. That is wickedness and selfishness. And to be,
How
I
do we
remember,
change the narrative, Jimmy? How do we change it?
yeah,
That's why we're having the conversation. How do we change this narrative so we don't have parents who will keep looking at their young. These children are not even matured enough to that level yet. They are still undergrads. They are still going to school. They are not even, full-blown adults who are working
this is a
and they've worked
child.
for
And
5 years.
to she's a
Yeah, she's
child.
still a
She's a
child. Yeah.
child. For me, and to
Mm.
be, I remember parents, even parents that are back in Africa, you will see all those parents going to take contribution for their children to go to school. You will see them doing a lot of things so that their children, so for them to have expectation, they would have sacrificed before they will have expectation. Not that this one that did not do anything, but okay, going forward, for this lady that the mom did not do anything, even the money that the government give to her to go to school,
Eh,
she wants to collect it. So
yeah.
if it is for me, I'm talking about myself now. If I'm the one, I will cut that mother off because she's actually not a mother. If she's a mother, she should look after how I am going to be grounded in life. And later on, when I'm stable, I'll be able to take care of her. Because that is what my own mother did. I remember how my mom would sell all these five naira stuff to send me to school. And now it is not a problem for me to send whatever I have to her. Not that she will say, this is the exact amount I want. Any day you ask that, this is what I want and that's what I want, I cut you off. I cannot go and steal because I want to take care of you. I can remember
Yeah.
your sacrifice. Yes,
Mm.
thank you for everything you have done. But I did not forget. So whatever I have, I'm going to do for you. So that when I
Yeah.
grow up too, when I sacrifice for my children, without me asking, it's natural. Where you
Yes.
sow, you will reap.
Exactly. That
If
I
you
mean,
don't
I like
sow, you
that
will not
point.
reap.
Yeah,
You
I
don't,
like that
you
point,
will
Jumi.
not
It's
reap.
very natural.
It's
When you
natural.
sow, you reap. I remember
When
my
you
mom used to
sow,
pray that
you
prayer for
reap.
me. The way you are
Uh-uh.
looking after me, your children will look after you.
Oh my God, my mom cannot stop
You
praying
will
that
pray that
every
prayer for
time.
me so
Auntie
many
B,
times. So
even if it is $10 I send to my mom, she will say, as you are taking care of me, your children will take care of. She will not
yes,
demand that
yes,
this is the exact amount. And
yes,
she labored on me. And then it is
yes,
natural for me to take care of her. So if you
yes.
don't take care of me, I cannot take care of you.
Even
So
if
that
they
girl
don't take
should
care of
just sit
you, I
down.
won't say don't take care of them. Do your best. Look after them, but
Exactly,
don't
exactly.
let it now become something that, is causing a lot of stress and
That
causing
woman
you
is
to
just
have
that
mental
is
health.
just total wickedness. I don't even
Mm.
That's wickedness. You don't give your children a future, and okay, so the house that you want to build, what if, because Nigeria is not stable, what if tomorrow government fashola or wherever
It's
you want
not
to build your
even
house,
city. Oh, she
it's
says it's the
not
village where
stable though.
She say it's where they want to delete her in the village. That's where she wants to build the house.
Auntie, this is what I even want to say. Let's say tomorrow government now come that these are all the house from here to that is on government road. They want to clear it. Then they just
Like the
remove
one
all
they
the
are
house.
doing now in
Honestly,
Magodo.
in Magodo, because that is why I cannot do any investment in Nigeria. It is not stable. You would think you have investment that is secure. My darling, in the next 20 years, some people might just come and say this is our Nigeria is so complicated. So she
Imagine
didn't give
houses
this
they finish
child.
building. People come now say the
People
land
come and
belongs
be
to them.
claiming it. What is the
So you
future of
should
those
remove
people now?
your houses from the land
I should
because
not
the
carry
land
my
belongs
house,
to
or
them.
what should I do? So that is not, that woman is not even thinking. That is a very selfish woman. So if they not take the house from her, what will she do? The child that should not give future. What should? So for me, I am building myself, and it's a must for me that my child go to school, and I'll pay for everything. And when they grow up, I used to tell myself that I will be so secure in myself. I'll be so grounded that when they don't give me anything, I'm fine. I just want to
You'll
see
be
them
fine.
do
You'll
good
be
in life.
fine. That's
I
what
just
we
want
want
to
to
see
hear.
them. Yes, I just want to see
That's
them and
what.
be proud that is
Yes.
my child. She can. They are dependent on themselves. They are not looking at me that mommy give me this, because I have trained them. I have paid their school fees, and when they graduate, they start on a very confidence level. They know how to start paying loans and be struggling. They will look back and say, "Mommy, thank you for all this that you have done." And on their own, they can now say, "Mommy, take. We just want those are the children you see that they will do surprise birthday for you. We just buy this house for you. We buy this car for you, because you leave them and let them be. And then in their own, they can think that, Mommy, thank you for all your sacrifice. You have not done anything. How would they? What would you? I'm just
Thank
angry for
you.
this mother that I did not even know, Auntie B.
Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate you, my darling. Samolu said my father was not rich, but he spent so much on us. Even while I had, started working, he still insisted on sharing and paying my fees, my school fees, when I was doing my masters. Those are the kind of fathers we want to see. And like Bill said, it's the ones that give that don't demand. You see the ones that give the least,
I'm
they are the
telling you.
most demanding.
Yes.
The most
Samolu Papa be like
demanding.
my papa. The
You be
same
like your
thing.
papa.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you.
Mm-hmm.
They not get, but they are okay. And they don't just ask. For what? They feel they feel that they want their children to be okay. And I like what this last person just talked about. That was so touching.
Bumi,
She
they
said,
vex seriously.
no, the last statement she made, she said it's the joy of every parent for their kids to even surprise them. Do you understand what I mean? You
Yeah.
know, even Papa where get, not be social media, will go to talk now.
Yes,
There was
now.
something my dad never needed, but I gave it to him 1 year. He was
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't need this. I said, don't worry. What am I trying to say? You know, a good child should be happy to say, this Papa
You
don't
don't
treat me
even
well.
need to ask. They will
Thank
remember.
you.
And that's what people don't know. Children remember everything. They will remember.
Huh? Unless maybe, I don't know, if the guy said the mom is trying to say they should go and build us in Nigeria for her sake or whatever, which is not even still good because a grown up child should make her own decision. You know what I mean? You know, see
Mm.
Lagos now, the other day, which you talk about, people don't build us finish the next thing. They say, not to come destroy. Most of those people there, they can't boast of 1 million at this time. You don't know.
Hmm. That houses is their lifetime investment. If they
Yes, now,
break that house, they are finished.
they are finished. Hmm.
Hmm. Now, wow.
Especially when people they even I mean there's certain places you just don't even want to live in Nigeria, you know. And
Mm.
to the last caller that just spoke, she just dropped a lot of gems for us.
Bumi.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
that was
much.
Bumi. Yeah.
Yeah, she really did, because the truth is that it is wickedness for you to expect your child to give you what you could not give yourself.
Couldn't
Thank
do.
you.
That's not
Yeah.
fair.
No,
You're
no.
putting your next
Now then they ask pass. They didn't do
exactly.
jack.
But you want them to give of themselves, give totally lay their life down for you. It's very common with, a lot of Nigerian parents. It's very wicked and selfish. It's the height of selfishness.
Right.
You've lived your life. Let this child live their life and do what they want to do. If you raise that child well, and that child, because every child remembers their parents, even the ones that did not take care of them. Why do you think that some people never knew their parents? When they now get older and they start to ask questions, they go and do DNA tests or go and find who their source is. Eh? You understand? So, I mean, if a parent,
Come on. I want you to talk about assertiveness because there's a lot of people listening that are going through what we're talking about now. Is the black
Mhm.
tax, yeah,
Right.
whereby they don't allow. Well, I mean, I keep saying it all through this show that I want people to understand that we're not saying please. Nobody is saying don't look after your parents,
Thank you.
because no,
Exactly.
nobody is saying that.
Thank you
Please,
for stressing
Exactly.
by
that. I
all
appreciate
means,
it.
look after your parents. Me, I looked after my mom. My dad died before I became an adult, before I started
Right.
working. So, but my mom, I made sure, and I didn't wait till I am, on a certain level before I started looking
Mhm.
after my mom. I started it the first job I got.
Right.
I called my
Exactly.
siblings. I say, this woman is old now. If we wait until we say we are successful,
Mm,
what if she doesn't live that long?
right.
So let's
Exactly.
start now. So
Mhm.
what we did, we decided to put her on a salary every month between my
Mhm.
Mhm.
siblings and I. Every month you will send this.
Yeah.
Next month, my sister will send this. Next
They've
month, my
been
brother
sharing.
were doing that. So she was
Yeah.
never without because everybody was contributing monthly. And and the funny thing, within my siblings, I just called everybody and but it's not everybody that was willing to participate. Because
Of
within
course.
siblings too, it's not everybody that will agree
Of
with you.
course. Yeah.
So the people that agreed with me, I said, let's do it. Let's not even look at them. Oh. So we started doing it. When my mom died, those my siblings that agreed, they were like, wow, God gave you that wisdom. Where did you get it
Mhm.
from?
Exactly.
I said, I
Yes.
don't know. But thank God we've had so much joy in our hearts because we
Mhm.
Yes.
know that we had done our best.
Mhm.
We
Exactly.
didn't know she was going to go so soon.
No, so now
Mhm.
for the 200 million remembrance. Nonsense.
Exactly.
Some people they go wait until when the parents don't delete
Don't
finish, they'll
die. I
call
call
they
it
give,
200
they'll call
million
start, they'll
remembrance.
call they do
But
Cubana own, they do Obi Cubana own.
nonsense.
No, I don't believe nobody is saying don't look after your parents. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
what we are talking about is that in this day and age, if you're an African, especially if you live in a diaspora, even in Africa, please, your children alone are not your retirement plan. Have a
Yes.
plan for yourself. So this is like an awareness. If you didn't
Yes.
know that before, auntie, uncle, Ejo, plan
Mhm.
for your future. Oh, because
Yes.
these children have their life to live. Oh, but don't Ebola, wow. Please
Exactly.
have a plan. Whatever they give you is jara. Jara.
Mhm.
You know how you go and buy
Mhm.
Gary? You say, Madam, put Jara now. You don't pay for the one when they buy you, but you can't add John now. Whatever they give you is Jara. You must make plan for your retirement. I beg.
Exactly. No, thank you very much, Sister B, for saying that. And thank you for this topic because I think we need to continue to have, conversations around this because a lot of us, we just work for other people and at the end of the day have nothing to show for it. And those same family, when you need the help, they are not available.
Right.
So you're talking about assertness. Everybody's personality is different. It depends on how you want to go about it. There are people who would rather go about it by putting honey in their mouth before they speak. For instance, in this case, this girl is young, right? And
It's
she's
very,
living with her
yeah,
mother. She
yeah.
can she can say, okay, mommy, give me time. You go softly. I know there's a girl I met here, young girl, and she had pressure from home, from her parents. She just pele. Okay, all right, I will get to it. All right, I don't know. I've called and
Mm,
left messages. I haven't heard back. That's what she
mm,
did. Delay. That thing when they ask the girl, they no see her. They couldn't blame her because they did not know that the girl was intentionally just biding time until she was able to get out of the house. So if she's that kind of person, I would say she should go that route. For some of us that are very in your face, like me, if you ask me something when it pass my power,
He says in my
straight up
face, in your face.
in your face,
yes,
I
sir.
go tell you. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
tell my
California, babe. You cannot
I
laugh.
don't tell my mama before.
Oh,
When he asked me something a long time ago, he say, this one, I say, mommy, look at me. Look at my lips. N-O, capital, bold,
Mm,
everything. Mama look me say, I say, yes, mama. That's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles. I can't use laugh cover am, but I don't talk with it in my mind. So there are ways to go about it depending on your personality. Now, if you now fall into the category of being afraid for whatever reason, then maybe you need someone to guide you. Maybe you need to go for therapy or have someone around you that can help you manage how you can go about letting your parents know that you can't do it. right? But if you are living under her roof, it's kind of, it's dicey, because you don't know, the parent might decide to start taking out things on you. So in order for you to live peacefully in the house, you might just as well lie outrightly and say,
Brilliant.
I have sent the application. No, they say it's going to take, there's COVID. This is a great opportunity, an excuse to use. There's pandemic, there are lots of delays. Even when you send paperwork, people have to wait months, sometimes a year, before they get response. Lie. It will not kill you. When you have finished and you are now out of the house in a safe haven, you can now say, hey, mama, do you know that what you asked me that time was very, very selfish? Then you have a conversation about it. But when you still be milk, your bones are still milk, you never strong, you don't get that kind mindset to just say no in your face, then you go use sense. So that they're not go kick you out of the house and you come there outside, because some parents, they mean like that. So I go say, maybe the girl just use sense, and her personality and everything go play into him, for him to decide how she want to go about him. There are so many ways of telling someone no without saying no. So now sense be everything. But those are the few that come on top of my head that I can just lay out quickly. If na
Thank
person wey
you.
dey very outright, just say what is in your mind and say, no, I can't do it. But if
Yes.
you know you can't handle it, then don't say it like that. Just use sense, buy time, push it to the back burner, so it will give you time to do what you want to do.
You do well, my
Brilliant.
darling.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Bio, somebody is asking a question. Miriam says, what about uncles and aunties that feel that they are your parents' siblings and feel they have the right to take you from you too and your parents? Now,
They,
uncles
ca-
and aunties.
they carry gun come when they want to take am. I said, make a, because I understand. Yeah, nice question, brilliant question. But I want to know whether they use gun take carry and come. Miriam, if they carry gun, please seek police help. Because if you shake me, 10 kobo no go fall. You know what I mean? So the only thing is we need to appreciate our loved ones, people that have supported us, like we continue to say, whether parents and all that. But know one thing, that once you are doing that, you don't do that for anybody to say you are good or trying to buy any kind of acknowledge or whatever to yourself. No, that's not what you're doing. Let's say, for instance, you know of any uncle you are able to, this uncle was good to you or whatever. Yeah, I'm just citing an
Yeah,
example.
occasionally, if it's Christmas or
Occasionally,
their
if
birthday.
yeah, you might see on their birthday, or you see say this uncle they always they go hospital, not well for Nigeria. You know
No,
what I mean?
now the ones when they even see you when you day young, they're the ones that always want to come and start harassing you. Oh. That's the
Yeah.
funny
So,
thing.
but others one, I just bring the uncle like a position of uncle or whatever. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. You know.
Linda say, what is my business with aunties and uncles?
I tell you, I'm not going to answer that question.
Linda, you the vex, so
No, but
Precious. Precious, you're welcome. Oh my God. Wahala deo. Precious, we can hear you. Are you
Can
there?
you hear me now? Is it
Oh
better
yes.
now?
Yes,
Oh,
you're welcome, sweetie. Where are you
good
joining us
afternoon.
from?
I'm calling from Canada.
Oh, Canadian people full house today. Hey, yeah, you're welcome.
I beg.
Thank
Anyway, go
you.
ahead. Yeah.
I did say yeah to them because of that code.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead, my darling. Precious.
Okay, so I want to talk about how. Hello, Auntie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, sweetie. Go on.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I want to talk about not being. I want to talk about not being was now we're seeing like younger people saying our parents are mean and our parents are expecting all of this from us. If we don't educate ourselves and equip ourselves with information that will help us not be those parents, then we're just going to repeat this cycle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I have a few pointers of things that I try to do, or things that me and my family, my husband, what we try to do to make sure that our kids are set up, to make sure that we are set up for the future, so that we're self-sufficient and we're not leeching on people and preying on people, and we're not depending on whatever stipends the government will be giving us in our old age, because it's like you said, it's never enough. It won't be enough to sustain the lifestyle we're living right now. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the very first piece of advice I have is that you should try as much as possible to live within your means. Don't
Mm-hmm.
spend more than you make. Not I don't mean necessarily exactly what you're doing, things like your investment, your savings, insurance, health insurance, those types of things. Making sure that you still
Mm-hmm.
have enough to save for the future, for your retirement. um Another thing that I tried not to do is I don't generalize. So I don't just listen to people just make general statements like, oh, invest in crypto, or oh, invest in real estate, buy a house, because a house is always an asset. um in honesty, a house is buying a house isn't necessarily the best option for every single person given their situation. For some people, renting a
Yeah.
house is more
So invest wisely.
is
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes more sense. Or some people will tell you a car is a liability. Well, for an Uber driver, a car isn't a liability, it's an asset. For a taxi driver, a car is an asset. So you have to kind of do your own research and don't just
Yeah.
generalize and just run with
Yeah.
those types of
Yeah.
statements.
Do what works for you in
um
terms of investment.
yeah, exactly. Another thing that I think is very important for us, especially people coming, moving from Africa, for example, maybe first generation diasporans, we shouldn't be afraid to plan for the future. So we don't have that culture, maybe because we don't really believe in our government and our system, but we don't really have that pension culture. We don't have that health insurance culture. We don't have that life insurance culture. So when, for example, I first told my mom, "Oh, mom, that's before I got married. Oh, I have life insurance. Is about $100,000 payout, and um, I've put you as my beneficiary. Hey, God."
Beneficiary.
She started to pray, God forbid, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, it's not my portion. I will not die. He will not die before me. You know, but I was just telling her, I only did this because 100,000 would go a long way to help with funeral costs and whatever thing could be pending. So it's important to do those types of things. If you live in America, for example, you might want to have private insurance because healthcare isn't necessarily free. So those
Yeah.
types of things are very important. And
Yeah.
then I also did a little bit of a breakdown just to put things like private pension in perspective. So in Canada, for example, one of the most um, popular private investment options we have is RRSP. It's Registered Retirement Savings Plan. That's what it's called. And if you start contributing to your RRSP at 25 years old, and you're contributing about $400 a month, and you plan to retire at 65 years old, that's up until you're 90, you'll be receiving $27,894 every year in stipends. Like that's how you get till you're 35. You will only be receiving about $16,463 a year. And if you wait till you're 40, for that $41 a year. So you can see that if you're 35, you're already late, so to speak. So
Hmm.
starting to plan for the future now is more important than ever. Like now is the time
Yeah.
to not be
Yeah.
a burden to our children. Then the
Yeah.
last thing is, especially for people that live abroad, when they give you child benefits, please don't think it's for you to just run free with it and run.
Mm-hmm.
And spend it on anything.
Mm-hmm.
For at the very least, save for your child's future. I understand that there are people that are struggling and really depend on this money, but still try and take something away from it and save it towards your child. What I do is I don't touch a dollar out of that money. I put it towards something called RESP for my son. It's Registered Education Savings Plan, so that by the time
Mm-hmm.
he's 17, his college is fully paid for.
Yeah. They
He
call it
doesn't have to take a
ISA.
loan,
Yeah.
and
And
he has a
different
head
ones
start at
here.
life.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the kind of things we can do to set ourselves. Yeah, so we can do those types of things to set ourselves up properly for the future.
Mm.
So
Thank you
that's what
very
I had to
much.
say.
Bless you, precious. Are you a
You're
financial
welcome.
advisor? Because you are so knowledgeable in this area.
No,
Mm? You're
no, I'm
not.
not. But
You're
during
just
my first year
financially
of marriage,
smart.
me and my husband fought.
Yeah.
Me and my husband fought a lot in our first year of marriage about me not getting right with my finances. So I had to, I
You
had
have
to
to
get
put
things
things in place.
together.
Yeah, I love that. I hope things are okay now. I hope you stop fighting you, knowing that you've seen the vision. We usually see, we only have, women usually have
Yes.
that vision, a lot of times more. Good for you. Well done, my darling. Thanks for joining us.
Hmm.
Okay, we're moving on
Yes.
very quickly. Lady D, you're welcome.
Hello, Mr. Bodayimbo.
Nobody has ever called me Miss Obodoyibo before.
Sorry,
Okay,
just a silly habit. I
it's
just wanted
okay.
I just wanted to
Mhm.
say I don't understand why parents could keep moaning at children. Oh, I fed you, I clothed you, I
I
did
brought
this,
you to the
I did that.
diaspora.
Yeah, yeah, all of that. I mean, that's your job. Quite frankly, that's your job.
You
Um,
see the thing, Lady D, I don't think some African parents don't know the expectation that comes with parenting. They think it's just having children. They don't know that you are responsible for those children.
yeah, I mean, I love what the lady before me said about planning and everything. Some
Mm,
of us were not that fortunate to have, spare income to be able to
mm,
plan that ahead. But in my own case, I am ready to be drinking Gary and
mm,
depend on my children.
mm,
I've worked really, really hard. I thank God for being able to raise them. But if I don't make plan for my future and I didn't earn as much, I'm thinking about them. They
right.
have to have their own family. They will,
Mm,
these are things that we have to think about. What When they have families, we know it's expensive. We know it's expensive raising children. Why would we as parents then put extra burden on these children to start helping us out, even though when we went through the same thing, we knew how hard it was. So we should really, quite frankly, let them be. If they want to give us, fine. If they don't want to give us, fine. It's not up to us to put demand on them. We've done
So,
our job.
as you were raising them and making sure that they are okay, providing, were you also making plans for your own retirement and your future as well?
I didn't have that much extra. I
Mm.
didn't I, I didn't
So
have
if
that much extra to be putting
if you
away.
don't make plans and you don't have any expectation from them, then what's going to happen when you retire?
Oh, I mean, the good thing is, like, thank God I had them young, so
Mm,
I still have a few more years to put things together.
right.
I
So
did,
you plan
I
to put
did,
things in place before you retire, before you
yeah.
say goodbye to your work life. Yeah.
Mhm. And also there are other things you can do, because I remember looking at my great grandmom. She worked until she died. You know, at least obviously there are
You want
times
to
where
do
you
that?
not that kind of work, not that kind of work. I mean, she had the shop, and she was at the shop almost every day. It was something for her to do. At some point, she
Mm,
needed more money, but you can
mm,
see that she didn't need as much money as time went on. So it's not the
yeah.
one that you're relying on it solely, that this has to pay bills, but just a few extra coins. And I think I'll be
Mm.
bored when if I retire at 60 or even
No,
70
I
and there's
mean,
nothing to do.
you can still do some sort of work. You can do charity, but you're not going to be earning as much as you are earning before you
Hmm.
retire.
Yeah,
That's definite. Because a
true.
lot of people will not employ you when you are 70.
The
You won't
truth.
even you won't even have the strength to be waking up to do 9 to 5 or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, and that's true. But
Mm-hmm.
my own is, you've done your job with the children. If they
Mm,
want to help you, great. If they don't
mm,
want to help you, still great. It's still prayer all the way.
mm.
So there's
Okay.
no tax on them to, you have
Mm.
to give me this amount every month.
You don't have an expectation.
No, no,
Okay.
zero expectation.
Okay.
So we
All right.
should, I think that's what the parents should have, is zero expectation, and stop trying to outshine everybody else. Yeah,
Mm,
the child of this person did this.
Mm.
The child,
Mm.
this child built house for me, for their parents. This child bought car for their parents. My children have done really great things for me. But again, no expectation.
Like someone said, because you sowed, you don't even need to pursue them. You don't need to go after them. They will just naturally give back.
Yes.
That's the law. You
That's the
sow,
Lord.
you reap. You sow, you reap. It's the
Yeah.
ones that didn't sow that always want to reap where they didn't sow.
I said
That is the
that's
problem.
possible. Yeah.
Mm.
They just no expectation. You have raised them. Thank God for where they are. Celebrate
Mm.
where they are,
Mm.
and just let them be.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
no
Yeah.
expectations.
Right. I hear
All right.
you. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you
my
for having
sister.
me. All
God
right.
bless you, Lady D.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
So, Lady D is saying no expectation. She's done
Hmm.
her God-given job.
Mhm.
Bio, what do you got to say to that?
Well, uh, what I want to say is I was almost getting scared for her, but she later made a statement
Yeah,
that
because me too.
sounded
Because when she said that, I was going to say to her, as much as I love my children, I am
right.
doing for them. I'm
Yeah,
not going to leave myself stranded at
yeah,
old age.
yeah.
Mm-mm,
So,
mm-mm.
but she said something, and I remember growing up. Then when we had the kids, when my dad they warned us, he would make one comment. He would say, "I'm just advising people to do well. You think I rely on you people? If I retire, of course, like I said, obviously, federal civil servant. So he would say, my retirement is there. I collect my rent. I'm okay. Anything when I
Mhm,
want to do in my life now, I know. So what does
mhm,
that statement mean? He already
mhm,
knew what he was going to fall back to in a
mhm.
worst case scenario. You understand what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So he knew that he will have retirement, whether they pay their whatever small or on the rent. So now for her, what she said was that I understand that part. I understand what she said. She's struggling. She struggled, and she couldn't say much. But I just hope she would be able to, before then, think because she said she can get herself engaged in
Yeah.
maybe business or something. You know what I mean? Even if she
If you
cannot work.
retire, it
Mhm,
doesn't mean that you will not pay mortgage, oh. You know that back.
mhm. Yeah, but Auntie B,
The-
get one question I want to ask you, please. Oh, this is very important. I know
Mm.
somebody who died recently in the UK. This
Eh,
man died, and he died at home, but he lived in a care home for 2 years plus before he
mm,
died.
mm,
So his property in the UK, I think they now wrote a letter to the relatives that showed up for him, and said that the man was holding about almost 300,000
mm.
pounds because
Yes.
he stayed 2 years
In a home.
in the care
Mm.
home. So they were trying to take the man's house because
Yes.
the man's house
Mm-hmm.
is worth over 500 or something like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, yeah.
Mm.
So why I'm saying this in essence is this open platform, not just to talk of
Mm.
that person, but to draw knowledge from that too as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes some of us think
Mm.
that maybe when you have property abroad, that is it. Do you understand?
Yes.
By the time you get old, if there's nobody to take care of you here, they by mistake rush you enter emergency, take you to care home and all that. The bill they will tear you, you know.
So,
Eh?
so now our Prime Minister, Theresa
Uh-huh,
May, before she
uh-huh.
became Prime Minister, now she
Okay.
be Home Secretary. She was the
Uh-huh.
one that she was the one that sponsored that. Say UK no get constitution. We don't get
Okay.
constitution like America.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So previously, if you're there for this country and you've worked all your life until you retire either at 65,
Right.
70, whatever, and you pay your taxes, you pay
Mm-hmm.
everything, contributing, they will pay you
Yes.
your pension and everything. And if you
Yes.
are old and you
Mm-hmm.
are not able to live at home again
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
of health and safety issues, okay?
Yeah.
I know this is my line of work. Now, why would they put people for home?
In fact, you gave the brilliant answer. Yeah, go ahead.
So make I
Brilliant
explain
answer.
them to you. Make I break
Yeah.
them down for you.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, first of all, the reason why they will put you in a home when you are
Mm-hmm.
old in the
Mm-hmm.
UK is because number one,
Mm-hmm.
you are not able it is not safe,
Right.
okay, for
Right.
you to be at home. You need 24 hours care. Like,
Yes.
you know, if
Yeah.
you do anything again,
Mm-hmm.
you need people for here. Government will not offer you 24 hours in the community except you get the money to fund that yourself. And there
Right.
are some white people that can do that. I know some white people, they live very quiet life.
So
You
they
don't
get
even know say they get shishi. Then
they
even
get
the
money.
bicycle that they ride, but the kind
Yes.
wicked money where they get, you go fear. I worked in a borough in this country.
Yeah.
I shook. Bill, I shook.
Yes. The
Oyibo,
same thing. Yeah.
Jesus.
The same thing.
Those
Yeah.
people, fear them all.
Yes. So.
So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so they will put you in a home because you have 24 hours care. It's not safe for you to be at home, either because you dey fall all the time or you
Yeah.
need care during the night. So many reasons they go do your assessment to
Right.
determine what you need. Now we they go
Right.
assess. So we go determine say you will go home.
Right.
Now, before Theresa May, when she was Home Secretary, they know they do that one.
Mm-hmm.
If you had paid all your taxes all these years, when they
Mm-hmm.
put you in a home, now government they pay. You
Yeah.
understand? And
Yeah.
these homes are not cheap. Home
Right.
they everywhere in the diaspora, they in the US too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
This home, the minimum you will get is about £700 a week.
Mm.
It's not cheap. So because of the cost, and UK has an aging population. Now old people plenty pass for UK more than young
Right.
people. You understand? So
Right.
they decided that if you have a certain amount of money, 23,000, that is
Mm.
the cutoff. If you have 23,000 above in
Mm.
your bank account,
Account.
then
Yeah.
you are liable to pay the full cost of your care bills. So
Mm.
that means whether you day house that carers are coming, you know how they will come, they will help you change your diapers, they will
Yeah.
wash you, change you, maybe carry you go dance center, whatever. You go
Mm.
pay. They will do a financial assessment, you will pay. If you know if you stay for your
Mm.
house again, that's the worst one. For
Mm.
whatever reason, you need 24 hours care. And
Mm.
this is usually what they do when you have, you see that's why they talk about they fear for Alzheimer's,
Right.
dementia.
Right.
Because people that demented, they get
Mm.
very confused. Some of them go they waka for nights. They'll
Right.
just wake up for middle of night, begin waka, they feel fall.
Yeah.
So if they determine that you are a risk to yourself being alone in that house, as you know,
Mm.
get wife, you know, get children, nobody's staying with you, then they will go and put you in a home. And
Mm.
that your house, is considered as a part of your
Payment.
income, your
Yeah.
money.
Yes.
Okay. So when they do a financial assessment, your
Yeah.
house, they will get box where they go ask, say, are they a homeowner? You go tick
Right.
out whether a homeowner or no homeowner. So if you are a homeowner, you see that your uncle or that person where you know,
Hundred
maybe if
percent.
they have
Yeah.
no person to, advocate for them, or they are no person to say, okay, they're a homeowner, they will sell the house. Those bills, when they
Mm.
put him in a home, go they accumulate.
Mm.
And you know this part of the world, their records, they know they shake.
Mm.
They're intact, so they will be calculating it. If there's nobody to sell the house, if there's somebody, you have children, they will tell you to sell the house so that you begin to pay. That's
Right.
£700 a week.
Mm.
Because the government will say that you can afford to pay for it.
Mm.
So all those years when that man don't stay for the home, so when they finish
Mm.
selling the house, they
Mm.
will now look at the bill that the man is owing. You say it's over £200,000 is owing. So
Three
they will
hundred plus.
300. So they will sell the
Mm.
house. The government will take their money because the local authority, which is like the local, what we call local government in Nigeria, that British system
Yeah.
that they colonize us, so they give us their system. They have the same thing here, local authority, they call it. Now then they pay. They've been the one paying for that care home because the care
Mm.
home, most of them are private.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So the local authority, which is the government, the small government, have been paying.
Mm.
So you are owing that bill.
Mm.
When they sell that property, all the money that the
Mm.
government have been paying, you go pay them back. Oh,
Yes, sir.
you will pay everything back. So
Very correct.
this thing was so controversial in the UK
Mm.
that a lot of white people were so angry that after working all your life, and
Santaka.
a lot of people, they finish paying their mortgage at that age. They don't pay off their mortgage. Their house is mortgage
Yes.
free.
Yes.
By the time they are 70, 80, their house
Yes.
is mortgage free. They're not owing anything.
Yes.
So if the house is like £1 million, it means that
Yeah.
that 1 million belongs to them.
Yes. Yes.
Now the government will say that for the years that you stayed in that care home, sell
Yeah.
the house and pay your care bill.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
cannot, nothing you can do about it.
In
My
fact,
dear.
no need to flog it. You answered exactly what happened. But finally, Exactly, because he knew when they came to him before he died, he was shouting about he's a payer, this and that. But
It
he
no
did
matter.
something.
It no
Wait now,
matter.
but he did something that secured him, which is the truth. He
What
did
did he do?
something on the
Mm,
property. Maybe
mm,
I will tell you privately, but he did something. The property did not just belong to only him. Okay, so
uh.
it didn't just belong to him. I would send you that.
Even if you know it's so
Wait
bad
now,
that even if you leave the property for your children, the
I know.
inheritance tax that you will pay.
Yes.
Hey.
So they went
Mm,
to the social because Auntie B, let me tell you, I read the letter. When the letter came on the during the holidays, when they got that letter, they sent it to me thinking that I should look this thing. Is this one not spam? Like somebody's trying to defraud them. Do you understand?
mm,
Then when they now went to the office, they discovered that it was true. But the truth is that they negotiated with those people unofficially. They brought it down very low right now because there was something the guy did. I think they found out that they can take some money from that household because they wrote on the letter that they were trying to do some legal decision to repossess the house or whatever. But I think they found out something because that
yeah.
house does not really belong on, though it
For
is
him alone.
sown, but
Yeah,
not just
it's
for
not
him
him
alone.
alone.
There was a
Yeah.
way he did it. He was a very
Was he
intelligent
married?
guy.
Did he have a wife?
No, he didn't have wife. They have children.
If he had a wife, they cannot tell him to sell the house.
Mm.
They will not tell
Yeah,
him to
but
sell the house.
sorry. He put it that he. Well, I'll talk to you later. Not be that one. Don't worry. I said
Okay.
there is something he did. Do you understand?
Yes,
You know.
yes. You see, that's why a lot of people
Mm,
here, when they don't get
mm,
house and they paid so much into the house, they will remortgage it or sell it,
mm, mm.
and use the money to go and invest in Africa because they know what is what. You see, the funny thing, the system is so flawed that
That's
Bill, I'm
telling
telling
you.
you, if you are, God forbid, one person
Mm,
will be drunkard out there, will
yeah.
never work one day. He didn't
Yeah.
contribute a dime to the system. You know, we
Yeah.
have the system we have in the UK is the
Yes.
one that they will rob Peter to pay Paul.
Oh
You
yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So if you have never worked one day, let's say the person
Hmm.
is a drunkard, is on
Yeah.
government, they gave them free accommodation. You know, here, homeless people know they because they get accommodation for them, they get everything. That's why
Right.
we don't have a lot of homeless people in the UK, like in America, because
Right.
government here is a socialist system, so they take
Mm,
care of everybody. All right.
mm. Yeah.
You know, say that same person that's never worked one day, they drink, they smoke, it go up and down in
Right.
life, not contribute anything to the system. If
Yeah.
they put that same person in a home, government go pay. Oh.
Yes. So
They go pay for him till he die. Oh.
the system is so something else.
Yes, that is the
Because the reason
system.
why I brought this topic is for us to take note that
Mm.
people like that talking about children and how parents train children, you can see that this man, the assets he left, because
Even to transfer
actually
asset for yourself now, big wahala.
he not get picking, you know what I mean? And he
Yeah.
really worked with the government. He been in UK for more than
Mm,
60 years or 70
mm,
years. So,
yeah.
so
It's unfortunate. Yeah. Okay.
unfortunately. Mm.
Thank you so much, B. Amaye. How
Hey,
far?
I
Mm.
they listen to the educational
Yeah, that's the
bill.
system. That's the UK system for you. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the UK
Interesting.
system. If you get
Yeah.
money, you
Mm.
go tie your belly. You know what you call ogbene.
Uh-huh.
You go tie am strong well because they don't care. You must pay that. They go collect them for your hand.
Wow.
Yeah, they go
Man.
say you get money. You will
I
get money.
know. Not the same,
Mm,
not sort of the same thing for here too. But I mean, to your point, Sha, now make person the plan. It's better to start now. Like that caller that
mm.
called earlier, I'm glad that she said she's gonna start. It's just to start, and then if you feel like okay, you don't want to retire wherever you are, maybe you're in the UK or whatever, then you might want to start exploring other countries. If you want to be in Africa, okay, you want to go to Ghana, just find where so you go fit afford and decent area and just plan towards it and build so that when you're ready to relocate, you go know so you get where you won't go put your head. You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about your necessary expense and all of that.
Please give
I
this video a thumbs up. Oh, you are not giving the video a thumbs. I'm saying it now. Eh?
am
No,
telling
no thumbs up
you,
at all, at all, at
Obodo
all.
farm,
Obodo farm.
Obodo farm,
Well,
come
this is
on.
serious education we are doing
Eh?
tonight. Nobody's
Serious
giving. We have
education.
almost 600 people online. It's only 200 thumbs up.
Can you
Please give this
imagine?
video a thumbs up, my
Eh?
people. I
I
appreciate
beg
you.
now. They know they charge
We're
for
rounding up
thumbs
now.
up. Eh? They know they charge
Thumbs
for
up,
thumbs up.
oh, thumbs up.
Oh. Biko, make una like now. Make una like this video. All the knowledge when don't flow from this video. Biko
Not be
no.
small. Not be
Not be
small.
small. We
Especially when I
don't
want our parents, they popo una up and down.
exactly. Serious popoing.
Popo una.
Up and down the place.
Up and down. Yeah.
That's a plan. Nigeria be sweet. Nigeria na sweet country, but all this insecurity
We
here
go,
and there and all of that.
I believe say the next president go find a solution. I'm
I hope
optimistic.
so. We know who the president go be. If not the wetin Jagaban that they call and they won't
God
vote for
forbid.
Biko,
It no go be
make them
Jagaban.
count me out too. If not any
Jagaban
of those
no go
old
be
heads,
president. He's wasting his time.
any of the old heads when they try to come, when they forget her. And if the person when they come in not get vision for the country and he surround himself with the same old heads, na problem will go still there. So Nigeria na sit down look now we they do because the
Na
country
so.
your country now your country now the
Na
best place
so.
to go to. But when you say you go there, you not get peace of mind. You sleep, you not feel close to eye. No light, generator grew up and down. Everybody they. I mean, it's too much, So my prayer is to make it even
It go
better so that
better. I'm
for
hopeful. I'm hopeful again.
make
I'm keeping hope alive. I will keep you
exactly.
hope
Thank
alive.
you, dear star. Exactly. This is why Nigeria has to improve so that people can relocate home during retirement. It's
Yes.
a fact. And not everybody can afford to live in Ikoyi. Not everybody can afford to live in Banana Island or Lekki or whatever. You understand? There are people who have the money, but they don't want to put all that money towards living. Ikoyi already is overcrowded. Banana Island is getting overcrowded. Come on. There are places that you can live.
Who would
Ibadan
want
is
to
a
retire and go
decent
to
city.
Lagos? Lagos? Why would you retire to Lagos? Lagos is the last place that people should retire to.
But a lot of people retire and go there because of the O1 now. To your point of
Is it
O1.
only Lagos they have Owambe? I beg
It
there's
is.
Owambe
It
everywhere in
seems like it's
Nigeria.
only that's the place that they have all the O1 parties now.
No, that's not
So.
true.
So if you're going to for instance, now if you say for me personally, if I were to realistically, if they say okay, where would you like to retire to in Nigeria? If you have to choose a state, Ibadan. Ibadan straight up. You know why I love Ibadan? Ibadan is an old city, and Ibadan is there's something is very
What are you doing in Ibadan? What you concern? Okay, you lived in Ibadan before. You have a history there. Okay.
yeah.
Good
I
for
know
you.
when
I don't
Ibadan
got
is not.
anything to do with Ibadan or
Oh,
Lagos,
I
everything.
get this, so but I don't know anybody for there anymore. But the city is old, and they're
The
relatively.
city is over congested.
It depends. It depends on where. Is it old body? There's old Bodija, there's new Bodija, there's IITA. Those areas there, IITA is nice, is decent. And there are other new things coming up in Ibadan. Ibadan is a very decent place to stay. Ogun State is there. It depends on where in Ogun State. All those areas bordering, you understand, Lagos, so that you can get to the airport on time in case you want to japa. That kind of thing. So I don't know. I mean, personally, I just feel like whatever. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place. I personally love Puerto
Me,
Rico.
I'm not
And
going to any
the,
foreign land again.
the
This is the
sun
last
is
foreign land in my life. I
this.
beg.
Me, I want to move to where I will have peace of mind.
See as people they
Mm,
suggest. Some people say Abeokuta, Enugu, Port Harcourt,
exactly.
Uyo,
Calabar,
Calabar,
Uyo. Yes, I'm telling
Asaba,
you, Asaba.
Benin, Port
Thank you.
Harcourt,
Port
Ilorin.
Exactly.
It is
Alaro
well.
City.
It is well.
Thank
You know
you.
what? When it
Well,
comes to all this thing at the end of the day, last, it's just about relocating as well.
yeah.
We can flip
Yeah.
the conversation around and say also that people contemplating leaving their jobs to relocate abroad. See, at the end of the day, go where God leads you to go.
Exactly.
Okay, because people they relocate,
Bam.
they go regret all this Canada. We talk. We don't see many people where they relocate Canada. They cry, say, why did I leave Nigeria to come to Canada? You
Yep.
understand? So just go where God leads you. Anything,
Exactly.
pray. Somebody say
Exactly.
Auchi, relocate to Auchi.
For real, never.
Go and join one church there.
Exactly. No, you
Funny
know
enough,
what?
Nadia go bomb pass that with
You go
you.
now, no, we
I
go just
beg
get
go.
access to private
I
planes.
will
We
go
go
to
dey
chop
enter
better
cinema and play.
cocoyam me. Better
That's
cocoyam, they
true.
go
That's
farm.
true. Because you
No
know,
be
being
small
a farmer,
thing.
fresh food straight to cocoa. I don't turn I eat cocoa, sister B, I beg. Hey, you know,
Cocoyam dey London. Everything dey London. But still, I beg, I don't
It
tire
did here
cocoa. I
now.
don't tire.
Mexican,
I know they
Mexicans
say I
get those
buy.
stuff.
Oh. The last one when I buy, they scam me. Oh. Not be cocoyam I
Nothing no
buy.
day here. Cocoyam day here.
I
Yeah.
not say I buy for
Now
this.
Mexico cocoyam you buy. Mexico one oh my.
No, na Asian store I go. It be like say na another thing they sell for there. I go one
Oh,
Asian
okay.
store, I see am. I can't say, this one look like cocoyam. Now I buy am more. I cook the thing, it be like rubber. I say, Jehovah, what is this? I had to throw everything out, you know.
They say
But
make
Hmm.
una relocate to Cyprus. Say no crime there. Somebody say na Ekpoma be in village, Nigeria go retire to.
Ekoma na nice place. Ekoma na decent place. It's just that with all the wahala too, they do all the rubbish for
They
there too.
say permit day for Sapele, mo na come Sapele. You see, suggestion for grand.
But make everybody they put their location. Like
I
this
tell
video
you,
and
make
put
they
your
put their
location
Sapele
where you
location
want to
water.
today.
retire
Make
to.
you dey check am out. Yes,
If you want
so.
Sapele water, make you retire to Sapele, you go enjoy tire.
I bet na Calabar won't retire go Calabar.
I'm
Now
telling
you want some
you,
place with that, so now the best place for Nigeria
that
be
the
Yes,
Calabar.
best
so
place with that for
Yes,
Calabar. Yeah, if
yes,
at
it's a
all,
beautiful place. I
Calabar
love Calabar.
definitely. Yeah,
Mm,
Calabar
yes,
is a good location to retire to exactly, right?
Calabar
But
is beautiful. Mm.
yeah, so
It's
to
so
your
cool.
point,
It's so
sister.
calm. And some of these things
Exactly.
what they mention, so all this kidnapping, not to the apple for
You
them
know
like
the
that,
apple
you
for
know.
there. It's
Somebody
very
very
say,
clean
"Mona come
state.
on here."
Umuahia.
I don't tire for this nobody farm. Because someone come on here.
I don't
Here.
know. More try cocoyam to me for Europe. Oh. The one that they see for here, I never unless my eye not they see the correct one. No, I
No,
need
correct one
cocoyam
there,
for my
yeah.
life. I beg, Bio, mail some come for me, Biko no, please.
You like
Oh,
cocoyam?
cocoyam! Oh my God, are you kidding?
Yeah. Okay. I go
Yes.
send some. I go send some to you in June. When people come from US, if they go back, I go put them for their luggage. Maybe they can't give
Okay,
you.
I beg, I need cocoyam, man, and pigeon peas. I don't see olene. Oh,
Wahala day.
I'm
Hey,
Wahala
telling
day.
oh
you.
my, now you say you want
All
to
these
retire
things
go
where you dey
Puerto
find, you don't
Rico.
want go Niger. You
But
want
you say you want
Niger
go
food.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, now you go see
Now Puerto Rico,
I
you
delicious.
go chop
know,
cocoyam, you go chop.
You know, serious. Better with the think of Nigeria. Now there all these things where you want today. You see now the food. When I go Nigeria, I don't see the fisherman soup. Watch
oh
out. Why
my
I want see
God,
the food
Sister
shop?
B, I see that video and my
I
throat
beg.
just started to salivate. I say, my
If now the
goodness.
fresh food alone for Nigeria, Jesus.
We
When
dey
you
cook,
want
sha, we
for
get
Puerto
food.
Rico, where you want whether na Puerto Rico or be na Puerto Rico, where I want see the fisherman soup chop for there. I beg. Where I want see banga soup chop for there. Eh? I beg.
I
All right
know.
now.
But you know it is,
Mm.
Sister B. What you talk? Not the answer to everything.
Just
Go
pray.
where God leads you. No, you
Yeah.
don't talk and finish. That's
Yeah.
really the truth. Because all these places only they throw out. So if at the end of the day, now
That's
Nigeria
just
like
suggestion.
this,
If God no lead you, no go.
exactly.
That's the thing. You know, the
Exactly.
Israelite pray. If your spirit does not go with us, Lord, if you don't go with us, we don't want to leave this place.
Exactly.
See, moving, whether it's relocation or you are moving as young people abroad, whatever, it's a massive decision that should not
It
be taken
is.
lightly.
Yep.
Don't
It
just
is.
make that decision as an emotional decision or whatever. Oh, I don't live in the diaspora. It's time for me to move to Africa. Seriously, now
Hmm.
you need to pray.
Yes,
Ask
Yes.
sir.
God, please. I want to retire. Show
Hmm.
me where I should go. Where will be safe for
Yes,
me.
sir.
Where I will have peace. Don't just move because
When I go retire, go
Nigeria
meet
like
your
to
enemy.
follow.
Otherwise, people when they plan for you, say you do obodooyinbo, you know they answer their call. You go retire, go meet them. They go show you.
I'm telling you, no,
They
not
go
true.
say,
Oh,
after you
not
don't
true. We
retire,
talk,
come.
oh.
When you go
Everybody
there
say na
abroad,
Cyprus that they go now. You go say, Cyprus, make
you
everybody
go
say,
there abroad, they speak, yeah, man, you don't come as Abi. Nah.
oh, gee, with you, well.
I'm
It's
telling
well.
you, no, not true. Be your talk. Not
Yes,
retire, go
so,
where enemy do.
go retire, go
Because
meet your enemy.
they go down the plan wait you.
Don't
Only buy
worry.
you for the comment say there are new sites in Ibadan Akala Estate.
I beg. Okay, for you, yeah, not be me. I beg. Ibadan, say waiting. I beg. I know the chop
Yeah,
amala. Thank you.
option.
I know the chop
I
Come
amala.
on,
I
go
know
retire, go put the judge university
I
side.
know fit. I know fit. I don't spend 6 years of my life for Ile Ife. That's
Even
enough.
if I go Nigeria and Calabar too
Mhm.
clean.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Jare. If
that
you
place is
come, we go
clean.
retire together to
Too
Calabar.
clean. Na
Our
Calabar. I dey
my
regret.
Yeah,
state with that.
If to say that
yeah,
Toilet.
small thing I get for Nigeria, na Calabar, I dey, oh God. Calabar, I beg.
yeah.
No
That's
Mm.
wahala. One
maybe I
time
will
reach,
consider
another one go
Calabar.
happen.
Yes,
Amen.
so.
No, Calabar is beautiful. It's peaceful. It's very quiet and it's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. You see,
Okay.
I mean, in ending, talking seriously, let
Yeah.
us just keep God in the center of everything we're doing. So, in summary, we go talk say all the points when that our sister give us regarding retirement. My
Mm.
people, I beg, if you are listening to this, whether now or later, start to
Mm.
make plans for your retirement. Your children
Yeah.
are just backup. When they say back plan B,
Yeah.
Jara, your
Yeah.
children are
Yeah.
Jara. They
Yeah.
are not the main retirement. Think
Right.
about your retirement now. Start
Right.
now, okay?
Yeah.
And that our sister gave us many, many points. He said the first thing is for you to be frugal in your spending,
Yeah.
okay? Be very, very calculative in your spending. No, they waste money. Stop buying all those designers when nobody they see you, they wear for obodoyibo. Nobody they see you.
Exactly.
Be frugal, be prudent with your spending so that you can save for the raining day. Okay? Invest wisely. No invest because everybody now this investment now in the rain now say now everybody must do. Okay? So invest wisely. That's point number 2 that was made to us. Okay? Please invest. See, no, they chop with your 10 finger. Oh, I beg you in the name of Jesus Christ. Don't eat with your 10 fingers. Think about when you will not be able to work again. And money in the bank is not investment
Yeah.
because you can spend it easily. Even if you have millions in the bank, let me tell you something. If you dey spend that every day, they go down. It's better to invest than to leave cash in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think that when they have big savings, that's investment. No, money in the bank is better for you to invest than leave cash. Because cash, you go there every day, you go ATM, go withdraw, you go do this, you go give this, you go give this, invest. Okay, then those investment will now start yielding dividends. You will now start getting profit from it. All right. Number 2, and that our sister said, do what works for you in terms of investment. So do your research. Don't go do Ponzi scheme, ejo, pyramid scheme. I beg. No go
Put
put
10
money for
naira, get 1
MMM.
million.
Everybody, once you put 30, if you put $30, you get $300. From where? Please don't fall for all that. A lot of people have all their investment, all their life savings have gone because they are greedy, looking for MMM. Don't let them MMM you. They have different names for it. It dey involve. The schemes are out there. Every Oyibo self they do one. So be very, very careful. Insurance, life insurance, very, very important. If you want
Yes.
them to start doing GoFundMe, I was talking about it to one of my
Thank
brothers in
you.
church. When you die, they start doing
Yes, sir.
GoFundMe. Now you
Oh, God
sabi.
bless you.
They will insult you. They will curse your children.
You take them from my mouth.
If you
Yes.
decide that you live in the diaspora now, you want to
Mm.
behave like Africa and you don't want to think about your retirement
Mm-hmm.
and all these things that Oyibo people do when you are in Rome, behave like a Roman.
Wrong. Oyibo people say their mama died and they would get more money because the life insurance go. They will say when they cry, they will say your mom left so a match for you guys. You know what I mean? First go they cry, better cry. No be
You go clean eye. When they tell you go clean
no be
eye.
go fund me cry.
All right. So yeah. Somebody say cash is still needed to roll over investment. Yeah, I didn't say cash is not
Not
needed.
needed.
I didn't
But
say cash is not
She
needed.
don't
said
just put
don't
Okay.
save it
everything
and
there.
just leave it there. Yes, it's
Yeah.
good for rollover. You just
But
saying
some
don't make
people,
use
the
of
only
your cash.
investment is cash in their account. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Inky says if you build a retirement castle back home and you are alone, no one will take care of you. You will die of loneliness because of old age. You need a trusted support network around you as well as money.
That is true though. That's true.
But nobody is ever alone back home. That's the thing. That's a good thing I like about being home.
Yeah,
Nobody's
but you
ever
have
alone.
to, but they have to
Hey,
be trusted though, right?
Yeah.
Even though you're not alone, you have to have
There's
some
nothing
trusted
like
level.
though.
loneliness there. No loneliness, no day there. That's the thing.
Auntie B,
Loneliness is
governor
not there.
mama, na ask get killer.
Exactly.
That one I
Exactly.
wish.
So that's
I
why I
said,
think
make I
that's what she
remind
means
you.
by
I wish with that one. You they try to discourage me. No way. You
no,
know
I
the
don't
way.
discourage you. I
He
just want to
supports
tell you, say
you.
that
You
word.
always have to trust someone.
The
You need
person
to
who say
trust the people
trusted, you know what
around
they
you.
talk, not
You
just the
know what
joke.
they talk. Yeah.
Who you go fit trust, by the way? If she say
Uh-huh.
trust, who can you trust? Tell me somebody that you can trust. Who you want trust for that Nigeria? Now only
It
God
depends
to
on how
that's
they
the
treat
spirit.
them too. Also, some of these people they treat them well for
Some of
Nigeria.
these
I know
young
some of
people
them
are
they.
greedy. Yeah, we
That
talk the
is
matter
true.
that day.
That
They are
is
too
true.
greedy.
No, not true. That one is
If
also
they tell
true.
you now because of money and jewelry, key governor wife, governor mama now.
Mm-hmm.
They are greedy. These young people, I'm telling you.
Just imagine.
Anyway, yeah, life insurance. Okay, private, both government and private pension funds. Save up, oh. Don't. Somebody said something on this 401k account that you should put more. Put more money. 401 is it
401k.
401k or 401k? What do you call it?
401k.
401k. 401k account.
401k.
401k. Okay, you know
Yes.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So put more. Put your children's money in ISAs, savings, and things that will help them in the future so that when they start going to university, the basic will not be too much. And lastly, one of our sisters here broke it down. No, prepare for your old age and retirement so that you will have zero expectation from your children. Whatever they give you, you will take
Perfect.
it in appreciation.
Yes.
You'll be praying for them.
It'll be a
But if you have
blessing.
invested in your children, they will not forget you. They can't. It's a given. That's the
That's
law of
true.
seed time and harvest time. They will remember you. Okay? But please, my brothers and sisters, prepare for retirement and old age. Old age is sure. You see, the reason why I'm thinking about it is because I deal with old people every day and I've seen how old age is. It's not pretty. Old age for obodooyinbo is not pretty at all. It's not. So
Yeah.
please, prepare because whether we like it or not, as God gives us life, it will come. And
Right.
finally, what I'm going to say is that wherever you decide to retire to, whether it's here in the diaspora, is Africa, is Colombia, wherever, anywhere you want to retire to, just commit it to God's hands and pray
Yes.
that God should lead you to a place of safety. You
Mm-hmm.
worked hard all your life, you want peace, you
Mhm.
want to enjoy your retirement, you want to enjoy your grandchildren, you want a home where you have peace and longevity of life where you will not be attacked, where they will not come and attack you and steal your money and steal your jewelry because they think you brought plenty money. Whatever, anywhere you
Right.
are, because even
Right.
in the diaspora too, they attack old people for here too now.
That's true.
So it is only who the Lord keeps safe that
That's
is safe.
true. Now what? Ododo oro.
Yeah. Auntie
It's
B,
only
Ododo.
do, do you support that statement that says any money will not be solve your problem? Make you chop am oh.
no, that one
Don't
that one
see
I just
every
social media
cover.
cruise.
If you see bag of cement in every cover, you never get that video.
I don't yeah, now just cruise. That one don't make sense.
That
I
one
Anybody
no
will
know.
make
get
sense. I just joke with
sense.
that one.
I know.
No. No, that one I just social media.
I
No, anybody
know.
where they talk like that, anybody will get na enjoyment. Enjoyment is waiting. Enjoy waiting. 401k is Adama is their own you know how we have our pension here. This is their
Hmm.
pension in the US. This is their
And the
pension.
company will be topping up too as well. If you are
Yeah, this is where you
contributing,
pay your pension in the
your
US.
company will be
That's what they call
contributing as well,
401k. You
depending
contribute
on
and the
what you are
company
doing.
contributes.
Hmm.
Thank you so much everyone, for being here. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much,
So
Sister B. This
we're gonna end this here now. We've done 2 hours. Mm. Thank you so much, Omoye.
thank
All
you.
right.
I
Thank you. This
appreciate
was
All
you
a
right.
as
Take care.
always.
wonderful
Bye.
Love
one.
you very
This
much,
was a
darling. I will
wonderful
send
one.
you
Love you
coconuts.
too.
I must send you
I
cocoyam.
bet send me
Love you,
cocoyam
baby. I
biko.
will send you
Dale
cocoyam.
down,
Uh,
omo. Hey, God will bless you, Sister B. All right, later.
All right
thank
now.
you.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
sweetie. Bio, thank you. Enjoy your Chick-fil-A. I miss Chick-fil-A.
I
I must
don't
come
can finish
America next
now.
year.
When I dey eat, I put
Yeah.
the mic for mute. I dey lemon. They are since now. All right now.
Take care, bro.
All right. Take care, man.
Appreciate
Take
you.
care. Bye. Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
I didn't have that much extra. I didn't have that much extra to be putting away.